Hollandberry and Bennett Funeral Home was built on a tradition of trust and caring. Located in Lincoln, Hollandberry and Bennett is family-owned and operated, offering loved ones comfortable facilities and caring professionals Chris and Leslie Bennett. Loss of a loved one is one of the most difficult challenges anyone can face, and it's important to have a funeral home you can trust to provide peace of mind while adhering to the highest standards of care. Call 217-732-2638 or learn more at hbbfh.com.
Running errands, shuttling kids to practices, and still have to stop by the store. Sound familiar? At Town & Country Bank, we love seeing our customers, but we know that can't always happen. That's why we make managing your money easy with our mobile app. You can deposit checks, transfer funds, or make payments through your smartphone or tablet. Plus, we offer text banking and an interactive online budget tool to keep you on track. Visit townandcountrybank.com to learn more. Town & Country Bank, side by side, member FDIC.
Welcome, Rather fans, as you're joining Joel Ryan and Marty Ryan along with Lloyd Kirby up top doing the filming as we are at Gaines Field in Mattoon, Illinois, as we get ready to take on the Green Wave. And Marty, for years I've been calling it the Green Wave. They told us tonight it's one word, Green Waves.
I didn't know that.
Saying a little quicker.
Learn something new every day.
We always call it the Mattoon Green Wave. It is now the Green Wave. So remember that. A very interesting matchup tonight, Marty, as we take on the Green Wave. Let's talk about them for a second here. Lincoln's coming into the game. They had a couple of tough games. I've been in the games, but tough games. And now we're coming over to Mattoon, and I think tonight's a pivotal game. We have to win this game because the playoffs are in focus. The scheduling is going to work out for us as we head in next week to an Effingham team that's maybe not as strong as usual. They're 3-2 right now, and they beat this Mattoon team 34-0 earlier in the year. Then we head to Taylorville, who's struggling, playing a lot of the younger kids. They're 1-4. They actually lost this Mattoon team 17-14, and then we have Triad, the last game of the season, and they're struggling also at 2-3, and they beat this Mattoon team 41-22. So Lincoln's, they control their destiny right now, and tonight's a pivotal game to get them into the playoffs.
Yeah, I'd have to agree, and like I said, definitely have to win this game. Triad's always a tough team. Like you said, I think Taylorville's a little down this year. Effingham, we don't know yet, but I think tonight is a winnable game, and it's a big game. I'm sure the coaching staff, the players, I'm sure they're all well aware of the implications that tonight's hanging on. And
again, Mattoon, you've been doing a little studying up on Mattoon as we've done some research, looked around at things, and Coach Jared Kimbrough is going to make his debut as he's the first-year head coach here.
Yeah, it looks like he's been in the system here, I want to say 18 or 19 years he's been on staff, so he's very familiar with the program. This is his first year career as a head coach. I watched some interviews with him before the season started, and he said that they wanted to be known for two things, and that was toughness and establishing the run game. So I'd look to see some of that tonight, but we did get some big news here before kickoff. Speaking of Coach Kimbrough, his son Kale, 6'2", 185-pound sophomore, is getting the start at quarterback tonight, which is his first start of the season. It's been Slater Trier up until this point, but Coach Kimbrough's kid, he's a sophomore. He's 0 for 1 officially on the season. However, he's also plays linebacker, and he leads the Green Wave in tackles with 47 so far this season. So sounds like he's a pretty good athlete, especially for a sophomore, and he's taking snaps under center. So we'll see if the Raiders can capitalize on that on defense, maybe take advantage of the young kid getting his first start.
Well, Marty, you know as well as I do from hanging around that football field your entire life, if you've been around it and grown up in it, you know a lot of little things that other kids that are just starting to play don't know, little things that you can and can't do. We just had a little visit here from Coach Falakovich and Coach Tank as they headed upstairs. They're looking good.
They are looking fit.
Chief Falakovich looks all fit. Tank looks like he's been working out. They're ready for a big game, and so are we. I think it's going to be a great game over here on the turf under the lights. A beautiful evening, a lot better than last Friday night, huh?
Yeah, it's a perfect night for Friday night under the lights. But yeah, you talked about, I think it's being a coach's kid. I am a coach's kid, but usually, like you said, you grow up on a football field, you grow around the game, you grow up around other coaches. There's some advantages to that, and I'm sure he's got a lot of faith, like I said, in his kid, and knows the game. He's an athlete, and he's going to start him tonight, and it should be fun.
Here you go. It's probably the start of a 2 or 3 year reign at being a starting quarterback, so look out for great things from him. The fortunate thing for Lincoln is catching that quarterback making his first varsity start.
Absolutely. It's a big deal. No better time to get him, and hopefully he doesn't put on a display out here how good he is. I'm rooting for the kid, but let's hope he's not his coming out party tonight.
I sent Coach Kimbrough an email earlier in the week, asked him to send me some stuff and this and that, and I hadn't heard from him. Not that he has to, but it's kind of nice to know things about their kids, and maybe that's one of the reasons I didn't hear from him. He didn't want to let us in on the starting quarterback because Lincoln's defense could have set themselves up. I'd look to see when they see that difference, they're going to blitz a lot, I would guess. They're going to throw some different
If I'm a defensive coordinator, absolutely. It's at every level of the game when you're getting a guy making his first start. You want to put pressure on him, make him think quick, and that's tough to do. Playing football is playing football, but it's a little bit different when you get your first game under the Friday night lights with a big crowd. It's just it's a different atmosphere.
Well, let's take a 60-second timeout, and when we come back, we're going to go through the list of the game, sponsored by Me Realty.
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that I would never be able to get over it and that my kids wouldn't have a father. I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. For the longest time, fear held me back from ultimately being who I wanted to. I had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
Welcome back to Lincoln Raider football. Joe Ryan, Marty Ryan here with you, taking as the Raiders take on the Green Wave of Mattoon. And it's time for the list of the game. And it's time to check tonight's list of the game, sponsored by Me Realty. List your home with Me Realty when it's time to sell. And if you're looking to buy, check the listings at merealty.com. Number one, Marty, we talked about, I really feel like the Raiders need to control the ball and the clock. Always important to keep your offense on the field, control everything, and keep Green Wave's offense off the field. Number two, something we haven't been doing very well. I believe we had 33 missed tackles in last week's game. We need to tackle well. We need to knock kids backwards and sideways and get ourselves in a position to win the football game. And then the last thing we need to do, as always, is prevent the big play. Let's not give up that back-breaking big play that goes for 60, 70 yards when you're playing a great defensive game. We are now ready to start the game.
Looks like
Here we go. Our kickoff sponsor, Chicago Street Rentals, located at 1909 North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln. And here we go.
Lincoln's going to kick off. We're going right to left here.
Good kick.
That's their deep man. Number 3 there, at Logan Blackburn. Nice little return there just past the 20-yard line.
Logan Blackburn looks like Keon Clark got over there and helped in on the tackle. And the Green Wave is going to have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
So I said we got a new quarterback tonight, but Tariq Grace, number 9, he's a senior. Trying to see here, 6'3", 200, decent-sized kid. He's their leading ball carrier this year. He's got 295 yards on the season, 1 touchdown so far, but that's going to be their main back in the backfield. Looks like a pretty good-sized kid.
Kimbrough gets him out there. They get lined up. He's looking around. They're still talking about things. They're getting something straight. Looks like equipment.
Yeah.
And here we go. Snap up. He's going to look to dive, go off tackle.
Got some space.
Yes, he's going to turn and get outside, and that was number 3, Marty.
Number 3 is Logan Blackburn. We got a flag down here.
Big play. Got about 9 yards running off the left side of the Lincoln defense. Flag is down. I have not seen a signal, but the Green Wave seem to be backing up.
Yeah, Lincoln runs a 4-2-5 defense, which is the same defense we ran in college. It's really great at slowing down the pass game. You got a lot of DBs there, but you can also drop some of those DBs down and make them, like an outside linebacker essentially. So it'll be interesting how they use that tonight against this run game.
They're going to step back in there, and it's going to be 1st and 11 now as they back up, taking off from their own 22-yard line. I had it at the 23, but there we go. 1st down and 11. Kimbrough under center. They're going to run the same play the other way, kick out and run up the middle of the field, and it's a nice little pickup. They get about 5 yards, it looks like.
This gang tackle, that was Tariq Grace again there. Nice little run. He, turned upfield, got his shoulders going the right way, picked up some of that penalty yards that they lost.
Yeah, he got about half of them back. So it'll be 2nd down and 6 from their own 28-yard line. We're reaching the 11-minute mark. 1 minute gone in the football contest. Green Wave line up, get ready to go. Lincoln gets set on defense. Kimbrough up under center, setting the I formation. Snap. They go what I'd call ISO, off tackle again, right up the middle of the field, and he's going to get out near a 1st down, picked up 4 or 5 yards.
I've got a few railers in there.
And they're going to say 1st down, so he did get 5, he got 6 yards, 1st down.
Looks like they're going to feed him the ball early and often, it looks like.
It's a little difficult. You look through the screen and catch the numbers. You got to go up top.
It's tough to see. But like you said, they're running an I formation. They got a tailback, fullback, a receiver to either side here, split out pretty wide.
Kimbrough back up under center, ready to go again. Takes a snap.
Or the fullback.
A fullback dive up the middle of the field.
Nicely done by the Railers there. Stop him, maybe a yard, maybe a half-yard gain there. Great job by the Lincoln defensive line getting in there and plugging up those holes.
Defensive line. They got Lincoln's defensive line. It looks like down there in the middle of it. It's Ryan Fugé, Nico Sundin, Evan Walkendorf, Frank Sanders sitting down there on that front 4, and they're making plays.
Yeah, Sanders, sophomore. He's made a couple nice tackles here early.
Sanders has played tough. He's a good athlete. Mattoon in the same I formation. Here they go. Looks like now they come. Looks like they're pulling some cross, and there you go. Nice play. Oh. He came upfield.
Sanders had him away. He got a lot of help there from his buddy there, number 8. That's Colby Glenn, the junior. That was awesome. Sanders got there early and slowed him down. Couldn't bring him down, but Glenn got in there and made a nice tackle for a loss.
Yeah, great play by the Lincoln defense. They got him upfield and made a nice play, and I think it may have been counter Trey. I'm not sure, but they were pulling a guard and tackle coming out there. They just couldn't get there.
A little misdirection. I can't tell for sure. We can't hear, but it looks like Kimbrough may be using some hard counts back there, trying to get the Railers to jump off.
They took his time that time. They went on.
Yeah, they've been pretty methodical.
3rd and 14.
It's a big play for the Railers here.
Now let's go defense. Back up under center. Out of the eye. Here we go. He's trying to draw him off the hard count. Kimbrough back. He's going to look the pass. It's going to come right down our way. Marty down the sidelines. Good defensive play.
Great play. It was a nice little fade there. That was to the wrong team here. That was Owen Hawkins. Their DB ran a little fade route down the sideline. Put a good ball up there. But nice play there by the Lincoln defender.
Christian Brown stepped up, got a hand in his face, just enough to make him lose eye contact with it. Incomplete. The Raider defense holds, and here we go. I got to tell you what, if you're Mattoon, I don't know if they watched any film, but it's a scary thing to punt back here to these two guys.
I agree.
These two, Isaac Decker and
Keon Carson, just lightning in a bottle back there.
Those two guys
it's going to go in
tough.
Keon's direction here. We'll see if he's going to pick it up.
It's a bounce.
Yeah.
I tell him to get out of the way.
Good move, yeah.
He did, yep.
Took a funny bounce there, and it's best not to play with that. As tempting as it is, just leave her alone.
Nope, and that's going to bring out the Lincoln offense. We'll keep it right here. Going to be first down Lincoln on the 30-yard line. We're going to head the other direction. They have good field position, and let's see what the Railers, they've worked on stuff all week, I'm sure, for this opening drive. Let's see if they can put something together, and let's get an early lead. Great job by the Lincoln defense.
Great stop, yeah. Great start to the game here. I'm trying to see if Kimbrough is still going to play linebacker here, and it looks, can't tell his number. I think he might be playing outside backer there.
This is a Chris Coyne, State Farm first down, and here we go. Shotgun, back to pass. He's outside good. Nice job.
Nice tackle there. Tried getting outside there. Nice tackle made by the Mattoon defender.
I said Darren Stevens, we didn't get going there. I was watching something else, but Darren on the shotgun, and he did try to get outside. And I thought he was going to turn the corner, but he got about a yard. Good defensive play by Mattoon. 2nd and 9, ball on the 31 for the Railers. They run the plays in and out. Wish we were a little higher.
Yeah, it's a weird spot over. Very nice facilities over. It's a first-year turf here, Gainesfield.
Pizza, they've been very nice up here. Raiders get lined up, shotgun. Here we go. This is Keon. He's going to come outside, now jump back into the middle of the field. About a 2-yard gain, maybe one. We're going to spot the ball on the 32, and it's going to be 3rd down and 8 for the Raiders. It's a big play. Let's I'd look for some play action here, maybe, Marty.
Just gonna say the same thing. Yeah. A little play action, maybe suck some of the DBs and linebackers up. They got trips here. I take that back. We got Twins down here closest to us.
Stevens back to pass. He's going to look around. Now he's going to come out his hide here in the flat. He's going to overthrow his intended receiver. I believe that's Colby Glenn. I'm sorry, Colby Glenn.
Got a flag down.
Colby Glenn, another one of those tough kids. You get those tough wrestlers out there. They make good football players.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, illegal man downfield, it looks like. Mattoon's going to decline that penalty. Force Lincoln to punt here on it's going to be a 4th and 8.
4th and 8, so they'll bring out our punter. And we have had an excellent job from Jaden Ledley on punting the football. I'm going to tell you what, another tough kid. A lot of tough kids on this team. Isaac Decker, Jaden Ledley, he's an all-conference punter. That kid can punt the ball.
Blackburn's deep for the Green Wave. Smaller guy with 5'5", 130.
Boy,
senior, so I'm guessing he's got some wheels.
Yeah, I'm going to say, he got Keon wheels.
High snap. Yeah.
Great grab. He did get it off.
That's a wild, but it's going to take a good bounce.
That's all right. He got it off. He did a great job of getting it off.
Mattoon 46, they'll take over. But yeah, that was a high snap. It was nice work of getting that ball down. That's tough to do. You got guys come right at you in your face.
And that's it. We'll keep it right here. They're moving the chains. Mattoon getting ready. So both offenses a little sluggish, and the defense is stepping up right now.
Yeah, and I meant to mention it earlier, but tonight is Mattoon's homecoming, and I know you've coached a long time. You've talked to other coaches, and some people think you're pumped up for homecoming, but there's a lot of distractions on that homecoming game.
It's the most frustrating game you play. Here we go. Kimbrough's going to get up, and they're going to sit out in that eye again. Here they go. Looks like they pulled some people there, yeah. And he's going to get a nice gain.
Yeah.
6 yards.
6 or 7 there, I think. He carried a couple Lincoln defenders with him, so they're getting there in gangs, but, man, he hits the hole pretty hard.
That's a 6-yard pickup, 2nd and 4 from the Mattoon 48. And they haven't done anything fancy. You wonder about them trying to lull Lincoln to sleep with that.
I agree. Very, very methodical. And, again, maybe building some confidence in your sophomore quarterback. Let him hand the ball off a few times.
Kimbrough had this. Here we go again. Off tackle the other direction. He's going to leap forward for first down. And that's what we talked about earlier. Lincoln's got to start making tackles and knocking kids backwards and sideways. He's falling forward there for another 2 or 3 yards, and that comes back to haunt you.
Oh, that adds up. All those plays where the running back is falling forward, it'll drive you nuts as a coach and as a player. But
it does drive you nuts.
So again, Mattoon very methodical here. They're staying in this I formation, the receiver to either side.
Yeah, very organized. Kimbrough up underneath. They sit in the I again. They're not changing too many things up. Lincoln sits in their same defense. Now they're going to pass. Dump it out here in the flat. Ball's caught and up the sidelines in a big game.
Yeah, it's a nice little rollout play there. Nice little easier pass. That was Luke Branson, the junior tight end he got the ball to. I tell you, he caught it on the sideline. It looked like there was a lot of railers there to make an easy play, at least get him out of bounds. And he got a lot of yards after the catch on that one.
Yeah, he turned it up. Isaac Decker finally came over and made the play. Shoved him out of bounds, but a big gain for the Green Wave. And they're 1st and 10 at their own, at the Lincoln Railer 28. 6:17 remaining in the first quarter. Green Wave line up again. We have a better angle now. The Green Wave line up again. Here they go. They're going to pull, counter Trey. Wow. Up the middle of the field, a big hole. And he's going to take the ball all the way
down to one.
All the way down the 1 yard line.
And I tell you what, that's another sophomore, D'Ayden Arnold.
I say that's number 6, right?
Yeah, D'Ayden Arnold, a sophomore. So, I mean, I tell you what, it's early in the game here, but I tell you, if you're the Green Wave, the future looks bright. You got a sophomore quarterback and a nice sophomore tailback making plays.
6 foot 180. He's a pretty big dude running the ball back there. They line up in the I again, tight formation. He's going to sneak in, and I think Mr. Kimbrough has his first touchdown as a varsity quarterback. Sneaks in and gets in. And the Green Wave are going to take a lead 6-0.
Yeah, I doubt they let them keep the football like they do in the NFL on your first touchdown, but that's a big night. I tell you, got to feel good. Their second drive took them down the field. Some nice plays from the running back. Nice pass by Kimbrough, and then he sneaks it in there from the 1 yard line, put his team up.
You got a proud dad standing over on the sidelines too. You know, he's led that team on 2 drives, scores a touchdown, and the Raiders now are going to have to figure out how to stop that run. It's only a touchdown. We're all right. We knew they were going to score at some point in time.
They're going to go for the extra point here. See how the kicking game is. Nice kick, good leg, didn't get real high, but they made it, and that'll give the Mattoon Green Wave a 7-0 lead here, just under 6 minutes left in the first quarter.
We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
Hollandberry and Bennett Funeral Home was built on a tradition of trust and caring. Located in Lincoln, Hollandberry and Bennett is family-owned and operated, offering loved ones comfortable facilities and caring professionals Chris and Leslie Bennett. Loss of a loved one is one of the most difficult challenges anyone can face, and it's important to have a funeral home you can trust to provide peace of mind while adhering to the highest standards of care. Call 217-732-2638 or learn more at hbbfh.com.
Running errands, shuttling kids to practices, and still have to stop by the store. Sound familiar? At Town & Country Bank, we love seeing our customers, but we know that can't always happen. That's why we make managing your money easy with our mobile app. You can deposit checks, transfer funds, or make payments through your smartphone or tablet. Plus, we offer text banking and an interactive online budget tool to keep you on track. Visit townandcountrybank.com to learn more. Town & Country Bank, side by side, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Mattoon, Illinois. Raider football. Mattoon Green Wave just went on a 52-yard drive, took the ball down, and they take a 7-0 lead. Now they go onside. The Raiders come up, and I think we did land on it. Can't tell right now. It's number 4 jumping on the football for the Raiders.
I don't have 4 on here.
And I'm searching. I
don't have that information for you. Sorry, but yeah, Mattoon getting some trickery coming out here with a little squib, type onside kick there. The Raiders caught him off guard for sure, but the 4 came up, made a nice play, got on the football. They'll take over about the 41-yard line.
And that's a Chris Coyne State Farm first down, and that's the way we like it, baby. And here we go. We're going to toss to Keon, let him come out here and try to turn the corner, and the Green Wave is on top of it.
Good job.
The Green Wave stepped up and got Keon. That's a nice toss play. Come out here, and that's what Keon does best. He gets outside, gets in space. It's going to make you miss a tackle, and the Green Wave ready for it. Looks like no gain on the play. It's going to be second down and 10 from the Lincoln 41.
Yeah, I'd say they've watched some film. They watched Keon go in motion there, and then it looked like they, just tried feathered out, because when he gets in space, that's dangerous for everybody. That's what you want as a Raider fan, but they feathered out nicely, and he didn't have anywhere to go out there.
And I think that's what makes Decker so tough, because right now you look for the same play the other way, and then you come back with a counter to Decker up the middle of that field, and everybody went outside, and Decker can run. There they go, shotgun. Stevens, he's going to drop back to pass. Now he's on the move. He's got some field over there, and here they close on him quickly, and they tackle him, and that's going to be about a 6-7 yard loss.
That's tough. He had Carson down the sideline. Carson got a step on his man and had an opening there, but that's tough throw when you got guys in your face like that.
I thought he had some room to get out there, but boy, did they close quickly. Somebody came up quickly, didn't catch the number. And that's going to give Lincoln another tough spot, 3rd and 16. And these are those tough games these tough downs in your playbook, Marty, where you're searching for the right play at 3rd and 16.
Yeah, that's tough. Definitely the spot the Raiders don't want to be in. Let's see if we can convert here.
Come on, let's go, Lincoln.
Looks like they're in a pistol formation here. Got twins down here at our side of the field.
Shotgun, Stevens back. He's under pressure again, and he's going to go down again. Another 5-6 yard loss. And the Raiders, we're all right. It's just 7-0. Let's go. Get your chins up. Let's run around. Let's get moving.
It's 13 for Mattoon. I don't have he's not in the program here. I'm not sure that it was, but yeah, big sack.
13 for Mattoon, and no, I don't have it on mine.
I don't have it, so Blackburn will go back again for the green wave. Lincoln's punting deep in their own territory. 4th
and 21, the ball in the 30, and now we're going to put it in Mr. Ledley's hands, and here he goes. Great snap, and he gets off a great boot. What a job. Nice job. Get a Lincoln bounce. What a great boot, man.
An awesome punt.
A great snap, and Ledley another punt, and that got Lincoln completely in better field position.
Absolutely.
Great job.
Yeah, nice hang time. That was a great punt.
We're going to keep it right here as the green wave come out, and Marty, I think we're probably going to see the same. They're going to line up in that eye. They're going to run off tackle. They're going to run counter tray. I believe it's counter tray. They got a couple guys pulling from the backside.
It looks like it, and I've always, been a fan. If it ain't broke, don't try and fix it, because they're what they've got going right now is working for them. Unfortunately, the Raiders got to find a way to stop this run game if they're going to try and force Mattoon into some other play options.
Kimbrough comes out under center. Here we go. He's going to fake it now, and he's going to pop out here right in the flat again. It's open. A great tackle. Nice come up.
This rollout looks like he hit 30 there, I think.
Yeah, I think it's 30.
Tristan Sewell, I think. 30. These gold numbers are kind of difficult to see.
Still tough. Through the screen.
Mattoon's green jerseys, gold numbers, white helmets. Kind of look like Notre Dame out there a little bit. Lincoln's in their visitor white uniforms.
I believe Ludley up on the tackle that time, and can't say enough about that kid. Here we go.
Kimbrough's back under center. Fullback and a tailback behind him. Again, long count.
Yeah, there they go. They pulled again, and he's not following blockers. He's just getting outside.
Got a flag down, and that's Tariq Grace snuck back in the backfield. That was Dayton Arnold that took him down the field last time. So they're switching back and forth between these two tailbacks, keeping fresh legs in there.
Coach Kimbrough out on the field now, so that's most likely going to go against the Green Wave. One word, Green Wave. And it's going to be holding, and that's going to back him up 10 yards. And I'm not sure it's going to spot it, but it's going to make it 2nd and 15, maybe, possibly. Close.
What was that? I was holding. Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, I was holding. Backing it up. Maybe 2nd and 18, maybe 17. It's pretty close. 2nd and 17. The ball on the Green Wave 21.
All right, it's time for the Raiders to capitalize here. You got them pinned deep. They got a lot of yards here. You'd think they're going to have to air it out at some point. So Raiders need a big play here. Corners are a little deeper than normal, but creeping up 8 yards off.
Still in the I formation. Kimbrough getting ready to take a snap. Takes it.
He's dropping back. Looking towards us. There's another fly. Oh, good defense there.
That's Christian again. Great job by Christian.
Nice job, Christian Brown.
Christian Brown right in his face. He backed up, backpedaled right with him, got a hand up. Perfect coverage.
Nice play, Christian. Yeah, they just ran that fade there, and he was looking for that the whole way. As soon as he dropped back, looking for his guy running that fly route. Underthrew him a bit. So we got 3rd and 17 here from their own 21. 2:27 left here in the first quarter.
Lincoln defense stepping up. Getting ready to go.
They got twin receivers down here. I think that's the first time we've seen that tonight. Shotgun formation. He's got a back to his side. Ooh, high snap, man. Kimbrough did a nice job getting a nice shot there. 17 getting in there making a play. What's that for the Railers? Peyton Johnson, nice job, Peyton. Make that tough throw on the quarterback, put his face mask right in his chest there. That's what you like to see on a 3rd and long like that. It's perfect.
Yeah, too bad for Lincoln. That just didn't tip over his head, and we've got the ball inside the 20 back there. But great defensive stand by the Raiders. We're going to have to get that offense going. And the Green Wave back to punt. And there's our two scary guys back there. I'll tell you what.
Hopefully they get an opportunity here here and make a play.
You don't want any Isaac Decker and Keon Clark, I'm just telling you. Good snap. Gets the punt off. They're going to return that. Keon's going to grab that and take off.
Good punt.
He's got it. He's going to turn the corner. Now he cuts back, gets up in the middle of the field, and there's a lot of green there. And now we have a big flag coming in. And let's hope that's not on the Raiders. Let's make that a face mask or something. We got great field position. Let's not back up from there. I don't know what it is, but taking a look. Who are they talking to? Yeah, they're going to talk. Well, no, they're talking to each other. They didn't talk.
Yeah, I can't tell right now. Having a big conference here in the middle of the field.
How about a face mask? Come on.
I think they're going to offset.
Big discussion.
Yeah, I think these may be offsetting penalties.
Here we go.
Got a hold against Lincoln. And a face mask against Mattoon. So they will offset.
Yep, so they're going to keep it down, and they're going to make it a Chris Coyne State Farm first down and keep the ball right there. And that is the way we like it, as Bobby V would say.
That's right. This is, unfortunately the best field position Lincoln's had. It's an early night here, but they're going to take it over about the 42. Love to see him cross that big M in the middle of the field, get into Green Wave territory.
Well, I think we may have been setting them up a little bit to give him that counter back inside with Isaac Decker. They haven't seen it yet. If they fall asleep getting outside to stop Keon, I think Decker is going to beat him up inside. Let's hope. Here we go. Raiders get lined up. Here we go. They're just going to go straight dive up the middle.
Dive.
And he's running hard.
Runs hard. I love that. Yeah, Decker's a tough kid.
He's going to pick up about 3 or 4. 4, they're going to say. Second and 6 at the 46 for the Raiders. Under 2 minutes in the first quarter. Lincoln trails 7-0. Just can't get anything going offensively, but we will.
Yeah.
We have those spark plugs back there. We'll get some.
And maybe you keep it basic early with that wing formation that the Raiders run. You get a lot of misdirection at times back in there, and you see the same play so many times, and then they switch up just a subtle little thing can make a huge difference.
Yep. You just got to lull that defense to sleep. Darren Stevens from Bewitched back. He's over there. Here we go. Inside reverse, and there's Decker up the middle of the field, and there we are. That's what we need. Decker's going to run for about 15. He's going to pick up a first down.
Yeah, they sent Keon in motion there, and it looked like it was going to be a toss sweep to him, but then he handed it back inside to Decker on the reverse. Nice play. Big chunk of yardage there. We got a first down.
Inside reverse, and I'll tell you what, Decker will beat you up inside. He runs hard. Minute 17 remaining in the first quarter. Lincoln, that's another Chris Coyne first down. I almost forgot that. I'm getting used to this. A Chris Coyne State Farm first down. Raiders get lined up. Darren Stevens back there. Motion Decker. They're going to pitch to him. Looks like he wants to throw it. He's going to. Keon's open. Oh, and he threw a good ball to him. Keon just couldn't catch it. Maybe he lost in the lights.
Man, I tell you what, he threw that thing like a bullet.
Yes,
he looked like he was throwing a baseball from right field trying to get the guy at third, but it was on the money, and it was a laser. Right off the hands, unfortunately. That was a nice play there by Decker. But the whole Lincoln offense, really, you got to catch that ball.
Yeah, that was a good call. A good call. It was open, and we've all seen film, and we've all watched Keon run, and boy, he's a deer out there.
Yeah, he's fun to watch.
I call him Barry Sanders. He should have number 20. He is Barry. He can stop and pivot, move those hips. He gets it done. Raiders 2nd and 10 at the Green Wave 42, and I don't know. We got a timeout, maybe. Yeah, timeout. Yep. Lincoln. Timeout Lincoln. We're going to take a 30-second commercial, and we'll be right back. The Raiders trail 7-0. 57 seconds left in the first quarter.
Hollandberry & Bennett Funeral Home was built on a tradition of trust and caring. Located in Lincoln, Hollandberry & Bennett is family-owned and operated, offering loved ones comfortable facilities and caring professionals Chris and Leslie Bennett. Loss of a loved one is one of the most difficult challenges anyone can face, and it's important to have a funeral home you can trust to provide peace of mind while adhering to the highest standards of care. Call 217-732-2638 or learn more at hbbfh.com.
We're nearing the end of the first quarter. Lincoln trails 7-0 to the Mattoon Green Wave. And Lincoln on the move right now. They got a 2nd and 10 from the Green Wave 42. So we're in 4-down territory. Hopefully we can move on down the field. We got a lot of people listening out there tonight. We got Andy and Anna Ryan out there in Aurora, Colorado, just tuned in, listen, cheering on the Railers. A lot of them out there. If you're out there listening, let us know. You need a shout out.
2nd and 10 here from the Mattoon 42. Stevenson's going to be in the shotgun.
He's back. We got some motion. They try to go inside again. They may have messed up the handoff, and then Stevens had to keep it. He's going to get dropped for about a 2-yard loss. I think they were trying to go inside again, weren't they?
Yeah, it looked like the famous coach Mike Benton. That looked like the 47C, where you fake that toss sweep and come back inside.
Boy, that was out of the archives. How'd you remember that? 47C.
It's the only offense I remember. Yeah, I remember all those plays.
That was a great play.
I think we had to improvise with my Coach Tomzak one year, and we just went to Coach Benton's offense in the middle of the game one time.
You did in the middle of the game. 3rd and 12, Railers. We're about 20 seconds. Railers trail 7-0. Here we go.
Trips here to our side of the field, which we haven't seen that tonight. It's going to roll out to his left.
Stevens on the side. There you go. Keon's got it, and he's a game changer. Great nice little play. Runner. He gets down to a 1st down at about the 25-yard line. That's going to take us to the end of the 1st quarter here. And the Raiders, they're getting down inside that red zone.
That's what I love to see. I know Keon's a shifty guy and can make some moves, but that play there, he just saw what was available and put his head down and ran hard. Like I love to see that.
Oh,
there's a time and a place to make moves, but then every now and then you gotta run hard and just put your head down.
And a perfect ball thrown out there to him by Darren Stevens. He, on the move, he grabbed it, headed upfield, and the Raiders are within striking distance. They'll have a 1st and 10 at the 26, and that's a Chris Coyne State Farm 1st down, and also the end of the 1st quarter. We're going to send it back to the studio. Stay with us. The Raiders are getting ready to score.
When I was 10, my mom got deported. We had a difficult time, and I feel that's why I didn't get to finish school. My husband is really supportive in a way that he pushed me to go back to school.
She wants to have a career so her kids can look up to her.
They both keep me motivated to go to school, and they see that if I do it, like they can do it too, I feel that everything's possible.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Marty Ryan along with Joe Ryan. We're back here live, Mattoon Field. The Raiders are out there. They're taking the snap. They dump inside. Yes.
17. Nice run there by Peyton.
Yeah.
Peyton Johnson. I work with his mom. She's a heck of a lady.
And I'm going to tell you what, Peyton's a tough football player. He gets that ball and runs hard up the middle of the field. He's going to pick up 6 right there, or 4. No, it says they gave him 6. 2nd down and 4 at the 20-yard line, and the Raiders are on the move. Took them a little while to get going, Marty, but I think they're finding their groove now.
Yeah, and that Johnson's a nice compliment to Keon.
Sure.
Keon and Decker. Sorry, I couldn't think of it, but that's a nice trio back there.
Raiders line up. Here we go. They're going to give it to him. Keon's going to turn the corner, and he is going to turn the corner. Yep. Comes up, knocks a guy down, takes it on, and gains a few more yards. And Keon stood up a defensive back that rolled out to come up at him. I can't get the number, but Keon, man, he's fun to watch.
That was awesome. Yeah, a little sweep there, and man, he turned the corner on that kid. Looked like he's in slow motion, which probably would have made me look the same way out there, so I'm not judging.
He's quick. That's going to be a State Farm Chris Coyne 1st down. 1st and 10, Raiders at the 12-yard line. 11 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. The Raiders on the move. Hand off. Fake to Keon. He's going to keep it.
Nice play.
That's a direct snap right there.
Good play call. I like that.
Yeah, that was a great call. And that's going to be a Joe Ryan Country Financial touchdown for the Raiders, as Isaac Decker took a direct snap, faked it to Keon, and ran up the middle of the field, and we've got a touchdown for the Raiders. They trail 7-6 now.
Good call. I thought that was Stevenson, but yeah, that was Decker. You're right. But yeah, that was a nice little play. The middle of the field opened wide open for him and made some nice moves in there. Now he's going to get on there and hold the extra point.
I'll tell you what, we talked about it earlier. Keon is going to make you protect the outside, and Decker is going to beat you up the middle all the time.
Kick is good. I'll notch it up here at 7 apiece for both teams from Gainesfield and Mattoon, Illinois.
And that kickle by Angel Harrow, and the Raiders tie it at 7. We are going to send it back to studio for a quick commercial, and we'll be back. Back at Gainesfield, Joe Ryan and Marty Ryan as the Raiders drive the field. Isaac Decker takes it in from about 12 yards out, and we're tied up at 7. And this is Chicago Street Rentals kickoff, located at 1909 North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln. Go out there and get whatever you need, Marty. They got it all when you're trying to fix something up.
Nice kick. Field about the 5. He's coming out. It's Tyreek. And he's got some space. He's trucking people.
He's coming up the sidelines. He's to the 40, and he's going to get knocked out of bounds about the 35-yard line by Christian Brown. Christian Brown's all over the place, but unfortunately Mattoon takes the kick back to the Lincoln 30-yard line, about 35-yard line.
I tell you, that's big. That's Tyreek Grace, senior. He's a big kid, 6'3", 200 pounds he's listed at. I mean, he trucked somebody over there on the Raiders defense.
Yeah, he ran over somebody.
Man, nice return there. You got to make a stand here if you're the Railers. You tied this up. You got to keep the momentum on your side, but it's tough after a big special teams play like that.
Lincoln defense, let's get after him now. Kimbrough gets up under center, out of the I formation. Looks like the tight end to this side. There they go out of the I. He wants to run off tackle all day, doesn't he? He's going to come up that Mattoon Green Wave sideline, and he's going to take it down to the 20-yard line for about a 16-yard gain.
That's Arnold's back in there. Maybe it's after the big return by Tyreek Grace, but so far it looks like every other series, Coach Kimbrough is switching out the tailback over there. Just keep a fresh set of legs there, which is, smart move. Great
run. They're coming off tackle over here. They're 1st and 10 at the Lincoln 24. Kimbrough up under center. Tight end to the left. They're in that I formation. They're going old school. I like it. And here they go. ISO, what I call it, the middle. And job by the Lincoln defense.
Nice tackle. I'm trying to see who gets up there. 17, Peyton Johnson, nice play. Got there first, wrapped up his legs, got some help from his buddies, but got in there initially and made a nice stick.
And the Lincoln defense, we're bid not break. Let's go. We got the Pool man coming into the game now. Zach Pool popping in on that D line.
Big kid.
How did he say? 6'5", 285?
That's right, 6'5", not 6'4".
He's not 6'4". He's grown an inch since football started. Kimbrough up underneath.
A false start back there. Looked like the fullback jumps, but they didn't call it.
He's going to pass. Lights it down.
Nice pick there.
That's great.
Colby Glenn. And he's still going.
Pick.
Nice job, Colby Glenn. Big pick.
And there you go. Another tough kid, another great little wrestler. He fell right in there with nice hands. He's a baseball player.
And that's a huge play. Lincoln got the score tied up, so momentum's on their side, and then you give up a huge special teams play, which kills that momentum. Now you've switched it back. You got to keep this going here. Score would be big, a nice long drive. I mean, maybe a 10-minute drive and just soak up all that clock. Going to halftime with a touchdown lead.
That's a Chris Coyne State Farm first down, and 1st and 10 Railers at their own 15. Keon in motion. They go back inside again. Look at him just breaking tackles. He's something else. But they're all over him. But I'm going to tell you what. There's not too many guys that are going to come over and tackle Decker solo.
No, I wouldn't want to. And Mattoon defense did a good job staying home because, everybody's watching Keon going in motion across over. They do a good job staying home because I'm sure they've seen that play enough now coming inside.
Yeah, you let him stay home. Keon turned the corner on you.
Yep.
Yeah, let's
they get to the line in a hurry here. Maybe they're going for a quick snap here.
There they go.
Trying to catch him off guard.
Keon in motion. Keon. I think it was a quick snap to him, I believe. Maybe possibly a direct snap.
Man, nice play there. I got to say, sorry, that's quarterback there. Cal Kimbrough came up and stuck Keon. Nice play there. sure he's got a little anger in him after throwing that pick. He wants some revenge, yeah.
Hey, you know what we always said back when? You get a quarterback that throws an interception. If he starts on defense, you throw a ball right after him after that because his mind's not right.
Oh, yeah. Yep, a lot of anger in there.
3rd down and 7. Lincoln at their own 18. Big play here. We don't want to punt out of that end zone. So let's see what we've got on tap.
Yeah, it was a long huddle there, so I'm guessing this is going to be something a little different.
Here we go. Yep, he's going to roll out. He's going to look deep, though. Now he dumps second. Oh, next level. Nice. Beautiful. Nice pass by Stevens. He rolled out. Did a nice job. Ledley.
Nice job. Ledley made a play. Rolled out to his right there, and, yeah, made a nice play downfield.
Yeah, Ledley, another tough kid. Great punter. Talked about him. That was a good call. We kind of just found that little open window there in the middle of the field. Pick up a nice first down, and that's a Chris Coyne State Farm first down. 1st and 10 to Railers at their own 34. 8:20 remaining in the second quarter. We're all knotted up at 7, but the Railers on the move. Now they're moving around. They're getting set up sometime. Here we go. Keon's going to roll out there. Keon's going to take it on the sweep up his own sidelines, and he's going to find running room, and he's going to dodge people and back up and come forward and go sideways and pick up about 6.
Nice play. And I mean, just looking right now, it's 8 Mattoon defenders are over there on the ball on the tackle. So
like when they're getting to the ball.
Good gang tackling, and it's going to take a lot of people to stop Keon.
2nd and 4. Ball on the Lincoln 40. Starting to move the ball again. Darren Stevens from the Bewitched fame for some of you older people out there at quarterback. He pops up.
Throw the ball.
Looks down the middle again. He found his man in the middle of the field.
It's Kenai Carson.
Kenai in there. Another great athlete. Can I catch it? It's going to move the chains, and that's what we like to hear, move the chains. And I know Chris Coyne likes to hear that because we say his name. That's another Chris Coyne State Farm first down. 1st and 10 on Lincoln's own 48.
Lincoln doing a good job here, using some clock. Like I said, if we could eat up this whole quarter, that'd be awesome.
We're going to control all of it. Keon in motion. We're going to hand off, go up the middle of the field to Deckard. He's going to pick up about 3.
Bunner, I think.
Was it Bunner?
I think it's Peyton Bunner in there, yeah. Number 11.
It was 11. The best views up here.
Yeah, you got to stand up
tiptoes. Might crawl up on this and stand. With the 6:50 mark, 2nd and 7 for the Railers. They're on their own. I take that back. They're on the Mattoon 49-yard line. We're knotted up at 7. Railers they've really found their offensive gear. They're getting going. Keon in motion. They're going to go up the middle of the field.
Dive to Johnson.
Yeah. They're sitting on that now, but you know what? That's all it does is set stuff up.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with some of that. You just keep blowing it up there, and eventually they're going to fall asleep, and you're going outside with some of those sprinters.
Yep, no gain there, but no loss either.
Have to get out to that Lincoln new track out there and watch some of these guys run the track season.
Good track team, yeah.
We've got some.
3rd and 7.
Track athletes. 3rd and 7 Railers, the 49. Stevens is going to roll out. He's coming down our sidelines, gets it up there, and there again. Isaac Decker.
That was a good route. We had trips down here to this side of the field, and Decker got open there. Almost trying to get a little flag route, but got open, and Stevens threw a good ball right on the numbers.
And the Raiders starting to speed things up a little bit. No, I thought they were going right to the line of scrimmage, but they're not. Taking their time. 5:50 mark, 2nd quarter. Tied at 7. Railers, another Chris Coyne State Farm first down. 1st and 10, ball on the 32. The right hash, a little closer to us. We can see things. Keon goes in motion. They go a little reverse, inside reverse again. Here comes Decker. He's going to get about 5. Good play.
Wow.
Look at him keep pushing.
Extra effort, yeah. Pick up an extra 3 yards there with Decker's extra effort.
I'll tell you what, yeah, you know what? He was really hit and could have been tackled after 3. And he shoves it all the way down there for a 9-yard pickup. They're going to call it 2nd and 1 at the 24. Decker's one tough little inside running back and defensive player.
I tell you, these inside runs have been, great for Lincoln so far. And like you said, all that does is set, Keon up to get to the outside or someone else, but the inside's been our bread and butter tonight.
Keon going to come out here and go wide. Raiders a little trouble in the backfield, and still he comes through.
Yeah, nice hard run there by Johnson.
Johnson.
A little bit of miscommunication. Him and Stevenson bumped into each other back there on the snap. But again, put his head down.
Boy, they're going to
got a couple yards out of it. Did he get
I was
the first
going to
down?
say, yeah, they act like they weren't going to give it to him, but they did. Yeah, he got up and got that.
First and 10 from about the 22, it looks like.
It's Chris Coyne State Farm first down. First and 10 now, Raiders on the 22, 4:40 remaining in the second quarter.
Carson's wide again down here at the bottom of the field.
They're going to go to him here one of these times.
Taking their time, it looks like.
Look it around. Here we go.
Motion is a dive to Johnson.
There we go again. Yeah, spread them out around that middle of the field until they stop it.
And maybe a half a yard there. Give him a yard, but
second and 9 from the 21 for the Raiders. 4:15 remaining. Second quarter action. Nice drive put together here by the Raiders, and it all started with the pickoff by Ledley. Now Keon in motion. They're going to give it to him. He's going to get outside, and he's got a lane, and he's going to turn the corner. And is he in?
He's real close.
I tell you, from my angle, I could see the lane, and there it was, and he hit it, and then up and turns the corner.
Well, he got great blocking. Great blocking by his receivers and their backs out there. I mean, those three guys out there, I don't have the names right now, but those three guys made huge holes for Carson, and he hit the hole and ran. So nice play. We're at the 6 here. First and goal from the 6.
Raiders line up. And go right up the middle of the field again.
Tell you, we went to the left and squirted out to the right.
That was Keon.
Yeah,
Keon, he stopped his feet, and I was just going to say something like, oh, don't stop your feet in there, and then he heads a different direction and picks up 4 yards.
Second goal from the 2.
Second goal, the 2 from the Raiders.
To eat up some clock here is what I would like to see.
Yep, milking that clock a bit. Milking the clock. And you know what? These the Green Wave, they've been standing over here for a long time, that offense.
I say it's quiet over here. I know we've got the headset on, but it just seems quiet over here.
Yeah, it did. Kind of took the air out of them with the pickoff. Stevens looking around. Takes the snap, looks around. Is that Keon again? He got in.
There he is.
Keon Carson takes it in from 2 yards out. And that's a Joe Ryan Country Financial touchdown. And the Raiders are taking the lead. 13-7 over the Mattoon Green Wave.
That's great. It's what you want to see. Capitalize off that turnover. And, I mean, they did. They took it, what was that, 80 yards maybe?
80 yards or 75 yards. But I do know that at one point in time we were thinking we may have had to punt deep in our own territory. We got the big first down. I think Ledley caught a ball across the middle. Decker caught a ball across the middle. And the rest of it just great, tough runs up the middle of the field. Lincoln now going to attempt the extra point. 3:06, high snap. He's not going to get that off. That's going to be blocked. A little high snap, kind of got all the timing off. That's all right. Lincoln keeps the lead. 13-7 with 3:06 remaining in the second quarter. We're going to send it back to the studio, and we'll be back.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly.
Lights out. Good night.
And put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Running errands.
Welcome back, Raider fans. The Raiders just went on an 80-yard drive the length of the field, ate up about 7 minutes, and they've taken a 13-7 lead over the Mattoon Green Wave as they get ready to kick it off. And this is going to be a Chicago Street Reynolds kickoff. And here we go, the ball down the middle of the field. Picked up about the 10-yard line, and here we go.
That's Blackburn, it looks like.
And Blackburn up and over. You know, we had a great Raider named Blackburn a long time ago. Joe Blackburn used to be on that field dominating.
Karate expert, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a karate expert. I forgot about that. Can dunk a basketball. Joe Blackburn.
Hey, we want to give a special shout out out in Decatur land. Peyton Johnson's grandma and grandpa are watching the game night. We appreciate that. Appreciate everybody tuning in and supporting your Lincoln Rail Splitter football.
Yeah, you better be proud of him. That kid's a tough football player.
Here come the Green Wave, and it looks like they've stuck to that alternating system they've got. Tyreek Grace is in the backfield again. He's the man who had the big return last time. It's a thick senior back there.
I want to give a shout out to John Momman and Big Ben Steiner and Pat Washam, all listening to us at the top of the 19th. An excellent place to eat in Lincoln. We're at the top of the 19th. Shout out to those cats. They're awesome football players. Green Wave handoff, try to get outside. Good stiff arm, and then he's going to be drugged down. Nice job by Ledley. Ledley stuck with him. He looks like a big kid. What did he say he was? 6 foot? 6'1", 180.
I think. 6'3", 200.
Yeah,
he threw a mean little stiff arm there, but yeah.
Tried to stiff arm, but Ledley wasn't letting him around the corner. He took a shot at him. And the Railers, 2nd and 10, the Railer defense, let's just hold them right here and get out of the half with the lead. 2:25 remaining in the second quarter, and we got some equipment timeout. They're going to look it over.
Tell you what, I'm going to give one more shout out here. Big Bird, Brandon Farmer, listening to the tractor tonight, getting those crops in.
Yeah, Bird, he's working dawn to dusk, isn't he? Dawn to dusk.
They're going to nice play action. They're going to throw here. It looks like he's going to run, actually.
Kimbrough's going to keep it, head up the middle of the field. Nice job. Defense settled in on him, made a nice tackle.
Pumped up. 51 there, he's fired up.
That's going to be Jake Johnson's nephew in on that tackle.
Tate, nice play. Sophomore, too. Another young kid making a nice play. Love to see that.
Yeah, he wrapped up and held his ground. Got him to go sideways. Good tackle. Here we go. This big play for the Railers. Let's get out of this half. 13-7, the Railers lead. We've got 1:30 remaining in the second quarter. They're going to go off tackle again out of that I formation. The Railers have him. Don't have him, and he's going to fall forward.
Nice
for
effort
first
there.
Down. What a great run. Yeah, hats off to him. What a great run.
Yeah, Tyreek Grace, that's the man who had the big return. And, man, a lot of Railers there, which you like to see, but he looks like a man out there, and he wanted it.
Yeah, he was breaking tackles, and that's just what we talked about before the game. You got to get those kids, and you got to knock them sideways and backwards. Don't let them fall forward. And, gosh, we should have had him, and that should be 4th down, and now he's got a first down, and Green Wave keeps the ball. 1st and 10 at their own 45. We're approaching 1 minute left in the half. Kimbrough up under center. Takes it out of the eye. He's going to drop back. He's going to keep it. So try to run over here and get out of bounds, and he does.
Smart play.
Again, a nice play. Yeah.
Smart play. Stop the clock.
I'm a Railer fan, but you got to give kudos to where they belong, and that was a nice play. He ran right over here, got a first down, stepped out of bounds, and he's going to let his dad call a play. R2.
Yeah, there's no sense. I mean, he rolls out, and they're giving that option. Obviously, I mean, starting linebacker, leading tackler, he's not scared to put his head down. So if he doesn't have anybody open downhill, he's just going to put his shoulders down and pick up the first on his feet.
Well, now they're right in front of us. 1st and 10 at the 43. They're on the left hash in front of the Mattoon bench, right in front of us. Out of the I formation again. Wait, there's the snap. They're going to fake it up the middle, and he's going to keep it again.
Nice play.
Yep, great play. I can't tell.
69 it looks like?
60.
That's 69.
Couldn't tell. Couldn't get to it.
Frank Sanders, I believe. Nice play out there. That was a nice one-on-one tackle out in space.
Yeah, Frank Sanders made a nice play. We're going to keep it right here. Mattoon's taking a timeout. 48 seconds left until half. Lincoln leads 13-7. And I'll tell you what, we haven't said Frank's name much today, but watching him through the season, Frank Sanders is a pretty good football player.
Tough kid, yeah. Yeah, he's done a good job tonight. Again, another sophomore. We got a lot of sophomores out here that are making nice plays for the Railers.
Yeah, Lincoln, we need this game like we talked about before. This is a pivotal game. The playoffs are right there in front of us. I really feel like the Raiders control their destiny. We're heading into the part of the season that quite frankly, we can own. You win out. Let's talk about this for a minute. You win out, and there's a very good chance the Raiders have a home playoff game.
Wow.
If you win out, and they can pull that off.
I know 84 was the last trip, but when have we had a home playoff game?
I think that the last home playoff game, we'll get some calls on that. 1975 Railers. Somebody should be sending some stuff in on how it goes. Kimbrough's back in shotgun now.
Trips
Nobody back there by himself. And we got something that went wrong, and that looks like that should be on offense.
That's a false start. Yeah, they went shotgun, had trips down here. Looked like they were trying to air it out here and get a big chunk yardage play.
I'm not sure we've seen him go shotgun yet. Have we by himself out back there with trips?
No, I don't think so. It's been a lot of play action, a lot of rollouts. It's going to be a straight shotgun drop back on that play, but the false start will take him back 5. At 5 or 10, that's a 10-yard penalty, isn't it? No?
No, just 5.
Back in trips here, shotgun, 5 wide.
47 seconds remaining. And they shotgun. Now he wants to run up the middle of the field, and he's going to. He gets outside. He's going to get out of bounds again after a nice 10-yard pickup.
Reminds me a little Tim Tebow action there back in the day.
He's about the size of Tebow. He's a pretty big kid. He's very athletic. And, you can just tell by the first half of watching him play, he's a smart football player.
Yeah. Yep, knows how to play the game, which is good for your quarterback. That's what you want.
Well, I'd say if he's a sophomore and Dad's been here for 16 years, he's grown up laying around out here.
I'd say so, yeah.
13-7.
We're going 5 wide again here with trips down to the wide side of the field. Kimbrell's in shotgun again.
42 seconds left, and Mattoon still does have 2 timeouts. And now, I don't know, somebody move? Gosh, the Raiders are clapping, so somebody must have moved. That'll help. Let's back them up.
Man, I can't tell. Like I said, we can't hear the cadence up here, but it almost looks like he's doing a hard count every play. But that may just be the cadence they have. I can't really tell.
Might be watching some old Peyton Manning videos.
Yeah. Omaha.
Omaha. He's made Omaha famous. He's helped Omaha Steaks. I can't believe they haven't given him $1 zillion. Back out there now, 13-7 Raiders. Here we go. And now Coach Kimbrough wants a timeout. I think he's seen enough. They tried to go in the spread offense, and it's went wrong a couple times in a row, and he needs to talk about it. We're going to take a 30-second timeout, and we'll be back.
Hollandberry & Bennett Funeral Home was built on a tradition of trust and caring. Located in Lincoln, Hollandberry & Bennett is family-owned and operated, offering loved ones comfortable facilities and caring professionals Chris and Leslie Bennett. Loss of a loved one is one of the most difficult challenges anyone can face, and it's important to have a funeral home you can trust to provide peace of mind while adhering to the highest standards of care. Call 217-732-2638 or learn more at hbbfh.com.
Welcome back, Raider fans. Joe Ryan, Marty Ryan. We are at Gainesville. Mattoon breaks the huddle, goes to the line of scrimmage. Raiders lead 13-7, 42 seconds to go in the half. Kimbrough in shotgun, takes a snap, looks up, throws it over to the sidelines. He doesn't get out of bounds, but he is tackled. That's going to leave him short. And I think Kimbrough did call his last timeout there. Yeah, he called his last time out. It's going to leave, we'll keep it right here. It's going to leave the Greenway with a 4th and 4 from the Lincoln 37. They have moved the ball. Let's hope they run out of time, and it is 4th down. A big play here, Marty, if we can hold them, get that ball back, and run the half out.
Yep, run the clock out, going to the halftime with the lead. So, yeah, we're going to have an opportunity here to make a big play.
Yeah, so if you're the Lincoln defense, you got to think pass, don't you? Because if they get tackled in bounds, that clock's going to run.
Yeah, I mean, you almost got to say, obviously think pass, maybe put a spy on Kimbrough. Because obviously he's running a ton. If you got an athlete out there that can, match him move for move, I'd put at least a spy on him.
Yeah, maybe you would take Keon out there and let him sit in the middle of the field and keep an eye on Kimbrough. I know he likes to run and get out of bounds, and he's done a good job at it. Here we go. Lines up in shotgun by himself. He's going to roll it over here towards his bench. He's going to try to turn the corner in a great defensive play. Oh, I don't know if he got it or not. Who got over there and made the tackle? Nice job by Johnston. He got over and made the tackle.
Sanders.
And a great rush by Sanders coming upfield. Great rush.
Sanders doing a good job in the backfield again there, making him...
He got out of bounds, and he's real close to the first down. I'm not sure the Lincoln kids are coming off. They're saying 4th down. Yeah, that's a big defensive stand for the Railers.
That's huge.
Nice job. I tell you what, Lincoln defense has stepped up tonight. Sanders came up and really didn't let him take that early sideline move. He didn't let him around him, held him up, and then Johnston came over and finished him. And that's big for the Raiders. I think we just take a knee right here. Let's go in here at halftime with a touchdown lead. They line up in shotgun, so maybe not. Here we go. Going to run around. Here comes Keon. They're going to let him run it. Back up in the middle of the field. He's going to get tackled.
Carson, the ball carrier.
And Lincoln going to call a timeout.
That's their secondary timeout.
It's an interesting move there. I'd think he'd want to run the clock out here and go into halftime, but...
Well, maybe. We're going to keep it right here. Lincoln leads 13-7, 23 seconds to go in the second quarter. Yeah, Lincoln calls a timeout. I believe they have one left now. Yeah, I'm much more conservative. We've got the lead. Things are going right. Let's not let something go wrong. But you never know. When you got a kid, like Decker, like Ledley, like Keon, anything can happen. I hate to put the ball in the air here, but you'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. We got Coach Dinicky, it looks like, watching on YouTube from St. Petersburg, Florida.
Wow.
Hopefully you're dry down there. A pretty nasty storm came through there a couple days ago.
Yeah, we did have some tough times down in Florida, didn't we? And I did forget to mention that it's a Chris Coyne State Farm first down, but only we're on second down. I didn't want to leave you out there, Chris. A lot going on. Shotgun snap. Oh, we dropped the ball. Did we get it picked up?
Looks like he got it back, but that's what we were talking about. You worry about these sort of things. You bobble a shotgun snap there, and you could easily turn that ball over.
Now let it run.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to let it run now. Okay, good. Yeah, I don't like those little things that could go wrong, change momentum, any of that. Just let that clock run out. And that's going to let the time run out. And with the Lincoln Railers dominating that second quarter, I would say they take a 13-7 lead. The defense is rolling. The offense they got going, and the Raiders lead 13-7.5. We're going to send it back to the studio so you can hear from our sponsors.
WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com present Lincoln Community High School Rail Splitter Football. WLCN's live stream video coverage of Railer football is brought to you by these fine sponsors. Chestnut Health Systems, offering a comprehensive scope of behavioral health and human services in Illinois and Missouri. Phone 888-924-3786. Me Realty, locally owned and operated. Me Realty is Logan County's top producing real estate agency year after year. Call 217-735-5424 or browse listings online at merealty.com. Farm and Home Supply. Shop Farm and Home Supply for all your farm, home, and outdoor needs. Stop by at 1501 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Triplet Heating and Cooling, servicing all brands of residential and commercial HVAC systems in the Lincoln and Logan County area. Call 217-651-8683, Triplet Heating and Cooling, an authorized Bryant dealer. Hollandberry and Bennett Funeral Home, providing peace of mind while adhering to the highest standards of care. Family owned and operated by Chris and Leslie Bennett. Call 217-732-2638 or learn more at hbbfh.com. Town & Country Bank, a proud sponsor of Lincoln Railer football, Town & Country Bank helps empower the financial well-being of communities, one person at a time. Online at townandcountrybank.com. Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Rail Splitter football.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
Running errands, shuttling kids to practices, and still have to stop by the store. Sound familiar? At Town & Country Bank, we love seeing our customers, but we know that can't always happen. That's why we make managing your money easy with our mobile app. You can deposit checks, transfer funds, or make payments through your smartphone or tablet. Plus, we offer text banking and an interactive online budget tool to keep you on track. Visit townandcountrybank.com to learn more. Town & Country Bank, side by side, member FDIC.
Hollandberry & Bennett Funeral Home was built on a tradition of trust and caring. Located in Lincoln, Hollandberry & Bennett is family-owned and operated, offering loved ones comfortable facilities and caring professionals Chris and Leslie Bennett. Loss of a loved one is one of the most difficult challenges anyone can face, and it's important to have a funeral home you can trust to provide peace of mind while adhering to the highest standards of care. Call 217-732-2638 or learn more at hbbfh.com.
Sorry about that. No, I've been staying at my dad's place because of everything.
Where are we going?
He's good. Yeah, I know, we keep missing each other. I've been working out of my dad's house, doing some reading. I should be working out more. I just feel like I'm drowning.
Navigating these times can be tough, but while you care for your loved one, you also need to care for yourself. Go to aarp.org/caregiving for free mental health and self-help tips.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
When I was 10, my mom got deported. We had a difficult time, and I feel that's why I didn't get to finish school. My husband is really supportive in a way that he pushed me to go back to school.
She wants to have a career so her kids can look up to her.
They both keep me motivated to go to school, and they see that if I do it, like they can do it too, you know? I feel that everything's possible.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Raider fans, Marty Ryan and Joe Ryan at Gaines Field in Mattoon, Illinois. And the Raiders have taken a halftime lead of 13-7. And they really, Marty, in the second quarter, they really kind of picked things up and they look like a good football team.
Yeah, they kind of hit their stride, found their groove a little bit. I mean, like I said, their bread and butter has been that, going inside, really. You got Keon threatening outside on those sweeps and tosses outside, and then they go inside to Decker and Johnson. And, they've really been eating them up inside. And you think that's got to open up the outside at some point for sure.
Yeah, we always talk about that offense, and we should, because they're putting the points on the board, but it's the Lincoln defense that has really stepped up here and made some big plays to keep us in this ball game.
Absolutely. I know we've trying to get better at getting some of these names out there. Things are happening so fast, but I know Frank Sanders, we've talked about him a couple times, big sophomore, has made a couple of nice plays in the backfield. He's not making tackles. He's getting some pressure, putting the quarterback or running backs in bad positions. But yeah, Lincoln's defense, I mean, they held them to 7 points here. They had the ball deep in Lincoln territory there, which could have been a big swing, and we came away with a pick. It's a big play. I believe that was number 8, Colby Glenn, with the pick down there. I mean, that was huge, which led to a Lincoln, an 80-yard drive for a touchdown. The defense keeps playing the same way they're playing. Offense plays smart. I didn't like, almost turning the ball over there at the end of the first half. So play sound football in the second half.
Yeah, I was going to say, in those situations, I'm more about, gosh, we held them, we have the lead, we have the ball back. We're not in real good field position.
And you're getting the ball to start the second half.
Let's just take a knee and let's go inside and have some Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I agree.
Or Gatorade, I guess it is now. We've thrown a lot of names around out there, but, some of these guys, like Sanders and Ledley and Tate Johnson and Peyton Johnson and Christian Brown and Kanai and Colby and Decker. Gosh, what a bunch of tough kids on that defensive side of the ball that are making plays. And one of the most important things out there, I mean, I know you know it, it's special teams, because they can make you and break you. And Ledley getting those punts off on great snaps from O'Donohue has been, that's a backbreaker for Mattoon.
Yeah, he's, special teams such a huge part of the game, and they get lost in the shuffle a lot. I mean, people don't want to practice them, people don't want to pay attention to them much anymore, but they're such a big part of the game, and when you've got a good special teams player like that's huge.
That's a big deal. I want to throw out over there, we got that Ryan O'Donohue taking on that center position. He's a stable there. The guy, he's going to be solid every game, and he's lined up over with Walkendorf and Tate Johnson's in there, and Sanders, and you throw in the guys we always talk about: Decker, Carson, Bunner, Ledley, Glenn. My gosh, and Darren Stevens has done some nice rollouts. He's put the ball where he's needed to at times.
Absolutely, he's done a good job.
Made some plays with his feet. So that brings us to our halftime list of the game, sponsored by Me Realty. List your home with Me Realty when it's time to sell, and if you're looking to buy, check the listings at merealty.com. We talked about these before the game. Marty will kind of go back through them, but the number one thing we said that the Raiders need to do was control the ball and the clock, and I think they've done that basically in the first half.
Very much so, yeah. That's kind of what we wanted to see. They had a long drive there, which, I was half joking but being mostly serious that I wanted that drive to take up all 9 minutes, eat that whole clock up, and they did a pretty good job of almost accomplishing that. But yeah, that's good. Keep their offense off the field. Don't even give them a chance.
And then we go to number 2. We need to tackle well. We need to knock kids sideways and backwards and not let them fall forward. And we struggled with that at times a little bit, and you saw Mattoon have some success, but basically that defense has really held up.
Yeah,
they've done a pretty good job.
Bend but don't break, and that's what they've done so far. And they've got some big kids that run hard, so just got to get better at that part.
And then the last thing we said was we need to prevent the big play, and basically they've done that. They gave up the big kickoff return, which hurt, but they came right back out of it and didn't give up a touchdown off of it, because I think they had the ball 1st and 10 at the Lincoln 35, and I believe that's when we got the pick.
Yeah.
Took the ball the other way and ran 7-8 minutes off the clock.
Yeah, like I said, bend but don't break, and I hate to jinx it, but yeah, we've done pretty well avoiding a big play tonight, other than that special teams play.
Well, if you're Lincoln and you're sitting over there at halftime, you got to be talking about wrapping up and making tackles, and you also got to be talking to those linemen and saying, hey, you know what? Right now you got to smell it. You know, when you get in a situation like this, you got to smell that W, and you got to go out here even harder. You can't lose energy. You can't be tired. We can get tired on that bus ride home. You can't be tired, and I really feel the Raiders are in a position to win this football game.
Yeah, and it's tough. I mean, no disrespect. I played for a Lincoln team that didn't win hardly any games. So when you come from experiences like that, it's hard to put games away just because you're not used to it. You know what I mean? It's hard to finish a game. So, I want these guys to be focused in there in halftime and not have a moral victory like, hey, we won the first half, because that happens a lot. But you got to come out here and find a way to finish this game, put them away early, and like you said, you smell blood in the water, like, put them down. Put them down.
So this second half kickoff's big because Lincoln needs to get this kickoff, go the length of the field. You put a 2-touchdown lead on this team, and from what I've seen from them, they're not very good at throwing the ball downfield, spreading the field, and making plays. It's going to take them a while to score 2 touchdowns.
100%. Yeah, you got a young quarterback, and he's athletic, but he hasn't shown me a whole lot with his throwing abilities yet. So yeah, again, if you can get a couple touchdown scores on these guys, and then defense keep playing the way you're playing, I mean that's the recipe for success here in the second half.
We're going to send it back to the studio and Jolie, and we'll be back for second half action.
WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com present Lincoln Community High School Rail Splitter Football. WLCN's live stream video coverage of Railer football is brought to you by these fine sponsors. Chestnut Health Systems, offering a comprehensive scope of behavioral health and human services in Illinois and Missouri. Phone 888-924-3786. Me Realty, locally owned and operated. Me Realty is Logan County's top producing real estate agency year after year. Call 217-735-5424 or browse listings online at merealty.com. Farm and Home Supply. Shop Farm and Home Supply for all your farm, home, and outdoor needs. Stop by at 1501 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Triplet Heating and Cooling, servicing all brands of residential and commercial HVAC systems in the Lincoln and Logan County area. Call 217-651-8683, Triplet Heating and Cooling, an authorized Bryant dealer. Hollandberry and Bennett Funeral Home, providing peace of mind while adhering to the highest standards of care. Family owned and operated by Chris and Leslie Bennett. Call 217-732-2638 or learn more at hbbfh.com. Town & Country Bank, a proud sponsor of Lincoln Railer football, Town & Country Bank helps empower the financial well-being of communities, one person at a time. Online at townandcountrybank.com. Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Rail Splitter football. Hollandberry and Bennett Funeral Home was built on a tradition of trust and caring. Located in Lincoln, Hollandberry and Bennett is family-owned and operated, offering loved ones comfortable facilities and caring professionals Chris and Leslie Bennett. Loss of a loved one is one of the most difficult challenges anyone can face, and it's important to have a funeral home you can trust to provide peace of mind while adhering to the highest standards of care. Call 217-732-2638 or learn more at hbbfh.com.
Running errands, shuttling kids to practices, and still have to stop by the store. Sound familiar? At Town & Country Bank, we love seeing our customers, but we know that can't.
Welcome back, Railer fans. We're at halftime where the Lincoln Railers lead the Green Wave of Mattoon 13-7. I don't need Chris Grau mad at me. Our halftime show there was sponsored by Chris Grau. Grau Incorporated out of 1905 North Kickapoo Street, Lincoln. Give them a call, 735-4444, or go online at growinc.com. Just had one of my cars cleaned up out there. Beautiful job. Looks brand new. I should have pulled it right out there on the lot and sold it. But that Grau team cleaned it all up. And thanks for sponsoring, Chris. And Marty, we got a few shout-outs we want to give out?
Yeah, we do. I got Gail O'Donoghue's out there. She's rooting for grandson Ryan, and she's also got Logan White, number 99, the ball boy out there. He's doing a heck of a job tonight. I got a special shout-out to the Schick family over there at Big Dan's house. It's Louis' 7th birthday today. I know he's pretty pumped. He's got his Uncle Matt in town, and every year on his birthday he gets, however many years old he is, he gets that many presents. They go to the toy store. So Matt's taking him to the toy store and he gets 7 presents this year, so I know he's pretty excited about that.
That's nice.
So thanks for listening, Schicks. Got some scores from around the Apollo tonight. After one quarter, Mount Zion leads Effingham 7-0. Halftime, Charleston's up 27-0 over Taylorville. And just before half, Muhammad Seymour leads Quincy Notre Dame 28-10. So, yeah, they're getting some non-conference action there, which is good. Muhammad's a good team. I think everybody knows.
That's a good football team.
Everybody knows that. We'll have to see. We'll have to follow this Mount Zion Effingham score. I think that'll tell us a lot about, because we talked, Effingham's coming up. We just played Mount Zion. Taylorville, I hate to say it, guy, they've got such a good tradition over there, but they're not a good team this year. They're going to fall to, where are they at? I'm trying to see where Taylorville's 1-4. More than likely, they're going to fall to 1-5. So again, that's another winnable game for the Railers here as we look towards, our first postseason since 1984.
Oh, it's a big deal. It's a huge deal. I know the coaches know the importance of it, and I know the kids do too. I don't know if they realize it, how some of us older guys stand around and watch, but they realize they're on the cusp of something big here. And this game right now, very winnable. I feel like Lincoln's in control of it. We just need to take the second half kickoff, drive down the field and score. Let's put them away.
Send a message. And again, let's close this game out.
So as we look at that schedule, and I had it over here somewhere, Marty. We'll go.
Probably a small font for you there.
I got to put these glasses on. Yeah. Next weekend is Effingham at home. We all know about the Effingham game last year because I went back and watched it, and there were some ridiculous things that went on in that game. And we're joined now by by Coach V, and he's got a big smile on his face because things are going pretty much the Railer way right now. Nice job up there, Coach V. He's up there calling that shot, the aerial view. I know the Vikings, the Bears, and the Lions have all talked to him about coming on next year and being on their staff, and I don't know what he's going to do, but I don't know. But we got Effingham next weekend at home, and that's huge. And then we fall into Taylorville, which I'm just going to talk out loud and say that's a very winnable game. That's a W. And Triad struggling. The Raiders, we're right here in the middle of a big thing going. Everybody's taking the field now, Marty.
Yeah, they kind of snuck up on us. Yeah, we're getting ready to start the third quarter here. Again, Lincoln's hold on to that lead 13-7 after the missed extra point. But again, let's make a statement here. We got Keon back there with Decker. Maybe have a big return here, get some good field position, and let's go get an early score here in the second half.
Yeah, here we go. We're ready to kick it off. And the Grieveways lined up. The whistle blows, and they're going to kick it deep, squibbling, squirting, and you know what? Nice pickup by these baseball players back here. And the middle of the field is open. He's up in it. And
Decker's still going.
He's tough. He like a Santa may call him to run that sled of his come Christmas because he pulled guys about 5, 6, 7 yards downfield and takes it out to about the 32-yard line. It's going to be a Chris Coyne State Farm first down. 1st and 10 Railers at their own 32 to start the second half.
Well, here we go. Let's see what the Railers come out with. I'm guessing more of the same. Again, a lot of misdirection. Maybe some inside plays there, some sweeps. We'll see. It's like Stevenson's still in. He's going to start in shotgun here.
Well, there we go. It's a quick pitch, and he kept it. That's Stevenson up the middle of the field. And I'm going to tell you what, he has wheels. That Stevenson's a heck of an athlete, too. I watched him in junior high basketball and run around.
Stash. Does he still got the stash? I haven't seen him up close.
We we brought Keon in motion, and it looked like it was going to be a direct snap to Keon, and he was coming outside, but I guess that was the tricky part of it, especially for us guys up here.
Yeah.
And Darren kept it, took it up the middle of the field for a big run, and the Railers have a Chris Coyne State Farm first down on their own 45-yard line. Here we go. Now it's Keon. Wants to cut inside, fake, dive, scramble, turn, twist, and he's going to get 5.
Yeah, he picked up 5, but like I said, Mattoon does a good job, like I said, feathering out there, and they hold their ground. They're trying their best not to let him outside, and they got 3 green jerseys there waiting for him, and he can make a lot of people miss, but they're doing a good job putting themselves in good position.
As I said, they're doing a good job of setting a new sideline, pushing him back inside, and then they need helps from their linebackers and their safeties coming up. It's a pickup of 4. 2nd and 6 for the Railers at their own 49-yard line. Just starting the third quarter, Railers lead 13-7. And we go shotgun snap, and he's going to drop back to pass. Stevens looks over here on the side. He does. Decker has it. He's going to avoid a couple of tackles, get upfield, another first down, and he's just so tough. Kid can do anything.
Yeah, nice play there. Decker ran a hitch there on the sidelines closest to us and then made a few people miss and picked up a lot of yards after the catch. Nice play. Got a flag, though. It's going to be face mask.
Face mask on Mattoon, and that's going to push us even forward. That's going to push us even further forward.
Well, and here we go. I mean, this is the drive that we wanted coming out of halftime. This is what you like to see.
Yeah, this is what we want. The Raiders now, that's going to give us a first down at the 38-yard line of the Green Wave. And in less than a minute 30, we have moved right down the field. Here go the Raiders. Stevens in shotgun. Decker goes in motion. They go up the middle of the field again. Another tough run. I'd say that was Johnson.
Peyton Johnson, yeah, awesome tough run there. I mean, he was dragging people with him.
A tough run. I think we're going to get a hold on the Raiders is what it looked like, but let's hope not.
We're getting a little chippy there.
We don't need that. That's a hold. Hold on the Raiders. That'll back it up, and those are the penalties you hate to see because that was a first down. I mean, a first down play and a big first down play. See that? They don't give us numbers in high school football, so we don't know. I'm sure the staff will go back through that and look for that hole later on.
Yeah, that'll be a film session topic tomorrow. But so that'll back us up a pretty good ways here. We got 1st and 19 from the Mattoon 47.
And the Raiders are ready to go. They almost stood on top of the ball. I think when O'Donoghue turned around, he about tripped over the ball. There you go. They fake going outside. Stevens keeps it, tries to mess around up front. That play just didn't come off very well.
No, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's a true RPO or not. I'm wondering if that's designed.
And explain RPO, Marty, for the listeners out there that don't know.
Well, RPO stands for run pass option, and you're going to give that quarterback an option. He's going to key off somebody. It depends where the ball's going. But if his hole, what it would be, is clogged up, that's when you're going to give it. And if those defenders you're keying on follow the motion man, you're going to keep it. But again, sometimes they're not always true RPOs. Sometimes they're design plays. It's hard to know what that was.
We don't know what happened on that one, but it's a 2nd and 19 for the Raiders from the 47. Nice job. He's going to reverse out, roll out, throw it downfield. He's right on the money.
Wow, nice catch. Nice throw, nice catch.
Great throw, nice catch. And Dad.
3. Is that Gabe Smith is what I've got in the program.
Yeah.
I tell you what, that was a great throw there on the rollout, and that's rolling out to your left. That's hard to do for a right-handed quarterback. And I tell you what, the defender, the DB, had a heck of he had his hand right in Gabe's face, and Gabe made a heck of a catch there. Nice play.
Well, one of Darren's quarterback coaches his first year or two out here at the high school, Jake Harnicky, and Harnicky was very good at that, and that's exactly what he did. Reverse roll out, rolled over here, and threw a great ball down the field. Nice job, Stevens. Shotgun, here we go. That's Decker. He's going to try to go off tackle outside a little bit. Nowhere to go. Maybe got, I think they... Tell you what, I think they figured out if they're going to tackle Decker, 2 or 3 of them have to jump up on his back to knock him down.
And that's a big dude. That was 55, Zach Nelson. Listed here at 5'11", 297. He's a big boy.
We're under 9 minutes as Lincoln eating away at this clock. They lead 13-7. They're on a nice opening drive to start the third quarter. We've got a 2nd and about 10 from the 18-yard line of the green wave. Keon in motion. They go up the middle. Decker, he stopped, but he still fights through, and look at him go for about 6, 7 more yards.
I know Coach Fricke liked those yak yards, but I mean, if we could keep track of the yards after contact for Decker are outstanding. Lincoln in general is doing a good job. Like I said, run through tackles. Peyton Johnson's ran hard, broke a lot of tackles. Decker's been doing it all night.
Yep, the line's getting off the ball. Well, we are at a 3rd and 6 from the 14-yard line. Go in motion. Keon's got it. He's going to try to turn the corner out here on the short side of the field, and he's not going to get there. Not going to get there, and like I always say, I'm a football guy, and that was a great job by the Mattoon defense. They got out there well. They did not let him turn the corner, and they got him shoved out of bounds. That's a good defensive play.
Use that sideline as your 12th defender. They did a good job there.
4th and 6 from the 14. Lincoln leads 13-7. They did a nice job of spreading that out.
What do you think they go with here?
Well, I would motion Keon to the wide. No, it's Decker over here. Decker to the wide side. They run up the middle. Here he goes. Oh, nice reverse rollout again. And he's going to dump it. It's open. And it's caught. Wow. I can't tell from here.
I think it was 12. I think that was Darren Stevens. That can't be right.
Darren threw it. Can't tell who caught it. Gosh, it's too far away, but that's a Joe Ryan Country Financial touchdown.
It might have been 22 the way he celebrated.
It's Ledley jumping around over there. A perfect ball. He threw it right to a spot where Ledley was.
I got to tell you, Ledley went and got that because I was just about to say that's a dangerous pass. Everybody was pretty well covered up. So,
well, it didn't have much on it. Just kind of lobbed right in there and down.
Ledley went up and got it, which I love to see that.
Yeah, Lincoln with a Joe Ryan Country Financial touchdown, and now the extra point.
And then Ledley got a little excited there and false start there. It looks like he fell back on his heels a little bit.
Let's bring him out and go for 2, Coach. Bring him out. Lincoln with a 19-7 lead. We're at 8 minutes. Lincoln's got to back up to 5. We're going to kick it again. If anything, it's good practice. Good practice for this is Angel Hera. And there's a snap. It's down. Angels kick. Wow, what a boot. That was
great.
Beautiful.
Kick, yeah.
Beautiful kick.
Might just back him up every time now.
Yeah, that was nice. And that's going to give Lincoln a 20-7 lead, and it's just what we wanted to see is Lincoln take that ball, drive down, score a touchdown. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that I would never be able to get over it and that my kids wouldn't have a father. I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. For the longest time, fear held me back from ultimate.
Welcome back, Railer fans. Joe Ryan and Marty Ryan. Gaines Field in Mattoon. The Railers just went on a nice drive, ate up about 4 minutes of clock, and they lead 20-7. And there's the kick, and here come the Green Wave. You picked that guy up, Marty? That's the little guy, isn't it? He can fly.
That's Logan Blackburn.
Not to be confused with Joe Blackburn.
No, and I tell you, watching this, it's getting a little chippy at times, which is, I know it's frustrating, but again, you got these situations where you're winning a ball game by 13 points, and little stupid penalties can be a real problem, so just, I don't want that to get out of hand. Be smart. Don't get caught up in any stupid stuff out there.
You're exactly right. And that was a Chicago Street Rentals kickoff. And now the Green Wave line up. And they're going to still sit in that eye. They're not going to change anything. Sit in the I formation up under center. Kimbrough, he heads off, and the big boy's coming at us. Nice job on the defense. I tell you what, if you can, I believe we talked about it earlier, maybe. What's that kid's name, Marty?
It's Tyreek.
That's Tyreek. Yeah, 3-yard pickup, 2nd and 7 from 35. But the one thing I've noticed about what they've done to Tyreek lately, Lincoln's defense is now getting in his face and making him go east and west. And the minute you get his shoulders turned and he's going to come east and west, everybody else can get an angle, come up and make a play. When he's going north and south, we have trouble with him. They're making him head east and west. Kimbrough up under center. He's going to hand off again. Now he's going north and south. And
we just talked about it. He got his shoulder square up there, and Peyton Johnson got a mouthful.
Yeah.
He stood his ground. He did what you got to do. He slowed him down a bit, but, man, that couldn't have been a fun time.
Peyton will be looking for him next time he comes through there because that's a big boy running up the middle of the field. Going north and south, he's tough. We've been getting up and pushing him sideways, and then we can make tackles on him. So it's going to put these guys in a tough 3rd and 4. Let's go Railers. This is another one. Keeping some nice field position. Let's make them punt. They're in the eye again. Kimbrough, here they go. They pull up top. Looks like counter Trey, and he comes right up the middle of the field. He's going to be short of the first down. I thought a knee was down early. Yeah, it's the official on this side got it. That knee went down a little early. I think it's 4th down. Boy, is that close. They're going to bring him out. They're going to make those officials do some work, and yeah, they are. I'll tell you what, this knee went down, I thought, a little before that from here, but, look, I can't see through the screen, so who knows, but it's tough. It's tight.
Well,
they're going to bring those sticks out, and I got to think that the Green Wave are in 4th down territory, or 4 down territory. It's early in the game, but
yeah. I mean, after that opening drive the Railers had, especially, I think.
You got a big kid at quarterback.
Yeah.
He's a good football player. He'll get his head down. I think they go for it if they're short.
They got it.
And they got the first down. All right, that's, all right. Good defense, Lincoln. You made them work for it, that's for sure. We're all right.
I mean, we talked about it. I don't know if they're capable of scoring in a hurry.
No, yeah, it's going to take a little while.
I mean, if they're going to chip away here, they're at their best when they're running north-south, right up the gut here. That's where they're at their best, but that takes time.
And you look at all those athletes we have on defense over there. We're not going to give up too many great big plays to this team. Kimbrough up under center again, and they're in the eye.
It's our new tradition. We're going to do.
Here they go. They're going to pull. They're just power right up the middle of the field.
Yeah, good job by the Raiders, and that wears you down. I've heard Derrick Henry in the NFL. The first half sometimes they'll have 12 carries for 5 yards. The coach will say, "Well, just wait." By the 20th attempt, people aren't as eager to step up there and tackle them. So
I think that's what they're counting on. 2nd and 7 from their own 46. Kimbrough up under center. Here they go. They kick out. Yeah, they're definitely pulling some people up front there. Kick out. They're going to pick up some yards.
And that's
a nice tackle by Johnston.
It's DI in there. That's their other tailback, the younger one that they've been switching in and out. And here comes the big body back in for him now.
Tate Johnston on the tackle. And he didn't learn anything from tackling from his uncle, Jake. 20-7.
They bring Tyreek Grace.
Raiders lead.
He's back in the game in the backfield, 3rd and 2. You got to think they got to give it to him here in the 1 or 2 up. QB sneak.
QB sneak. He kept it, found a hole, and falls forward for a first down. And that's that falling forward thing we don't like, Marty. But
no, yeah,
he's a pretty good football player.
He is a smart play, and the middle where he was trying to go was jammed up. He snuck outside and picked up the first down. But again, the clock's our friend now. Tick-tock. Let them eat up this whole, like we did earlier. Let them chew up this whole quarter.
Yep. They come back at it again. Kimbrough up under center. They pull 2 and go, and there they go. That's
nice job.
I think it's counter Trey.
A lot of Railers in there. I saw Ledley was in there again. Ledley and Johnson on that play. There's a few others, but great job by the Raiders getting there early. Like we say, he's a big boy, but they're doing a good job working as a unit there, bringing them down.
Absolutely. You only give up 2 yards on that play. That's a great play. Or a great defensive play. 2nd and 8 from the 43. The Green Wave of Mattoon trying to get something going, and the Raiders are going to have to shut it down right now. And I don't know what happened there. That's got to be on offense. They got to be moving. Yep, there we go. That'll help. Let's back them up. I think it's to our advantage to get these guys in some passing situations. We've really done a good job when they have to throw the ball. Lincoln defense has done a great job with them. Our DBs have played very well. I'm going to run that clock. 4:50 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Lincoln leads 20-7.
Got Todd Tim watching tonight from Thomason, Georgia. Appreciate that. We're getting all our states covered. We got Colorado, Florida, Georgia so far.
Georgia's getting some rain. I don't know where he lives exactly, but they're getting some rain. Kimbrough coming back up under center. Once again, I formation all day long for these guys. Here they go. I'd call it an ISO. They're going off tackle. He gave a nice stiff arm. Good job coming upfield.
Yeah, and they haven't gone off tackle much. It's been mostly right up the gut.
Yeah, I can't tell. It's going to be a 3rd down and 8, and from the Lincoln 42, 4:20. They got out of bounds, 4:24 remaining in the third quarter. I can't tell when they pull if they're trying to kick out our end and lead or if they're just running up the middle of the field, but he seems to be up the middle of the field more than off tackle. Tight end comes to the right. Kimber up under center. They go, I'd call fake ISO. Now they go deep, and there's nobody there.
Nobody home, but there was our guy getting in the backfield causing a mess, Frank Sanders.
Frank Sanders gets there, doesn't he?
He's doing a good job.
He's going to be a good one.
And, I mean, that play there was a good example. We talked about it. I just don't know that their passing game is a major threat. I mean, he threw it downfield, and there was nobody there.
They look like they're going to punt, and the Raider defense coming up with a big hold, and here we go. Anything can happen on these.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll tell you what.
Have they punted yet? Is this their first? I think this is their first time punting tonight.
It might be their first punt. I think Lincoln was thinking about not putting anybody back, which I'd almost agree with. Just let that bounce around down there, and let's take possession. Is that our boy Decker back there?
It is.
Decker's going to go back. Good snap. Punt straight up high. Now we got to get out of the way. Everybody get out of the way. That ball's going anywhere. Okay. All right, good field position for the Raiders. They're going to take all the ball right at the 20-yard line, I think. It's going to be 1st and 10 Raiders. That's going to be a Chris Coyne State Farm first down. And let's give that Lincoln defense a hand. They did their job.
Absolutely. And it's we talked about we're coming out the way we wanted to. Strong drive to open the half. Go down, chew up some clock, score. And again, the bend but don't break mentality. Mattoon had a nice drive there. They were gaining yardage, chipping away at it, a couple yards at a time. But we forced them to go 3 and out, or I'm sorry, not 3 and out, but we forced them to punt there on 4th down, and we'll take over on offense.
We don't have anybody covering out here. Oh, I don't know where that kid came from, but I'm sure there's some scared Mattoon coaches and some Lincoln coaches that didn't see it, but no one lined up out here on our wide receiver. And a 6-yard pickup for the Raiders. I completely missed the play watching.
I did too.
Out here.
You got me distracted, but yeah.
Well, no one was out there. 2nd and 4 for the Raiders. A ball on the 26. 3:40 remaining. The Raiders will take their time in that huddle. Just walking around, eating up that clock.
Yep.
I'm 100% in favor of that. Let's eat that clock like Facebook does to you, to your day. Hand off or come up the middle. Couldn't tell the hand. Couldn't tell who.
It's 11. Bunner. Peyton Bunner.
Peyton Bunner. I saw Joe Dom out there in front of him shoving people around.
About 3 minutes left here in the third quarter. The Raiders, I think, wisely so, taking their time, getting plays in here, trying to chew some more of this clock up.
3rd and 1.
Trying to play homecoming spoilers tonight for the Mattoon Green Wave.
It is 3rd and 1. What will the Raiders do here? They go shotgun, snap. Stevens hands off up the middle of the field, and the Green Wave ate it up. They stopped him on that.
Yeah, that was a green wave of defense right there. He was going nowhere. And
that's going to be 4th down, make his punt away. I really thought we might see Stevens come up under center, and let's go a silent sneak and let him lay in there and get that first down. The way it goes, we got a 4th down. We're 4th and 3 from the 27. 2:20 remaining in the third quarter. But you know what? It's okay to punt from there because we have Ledley. That guy's like Ray Guy from the Raiders. There's a snap. Oh, high snap. He went up and got it and gets off another beauty. He's good. And
nice
a great
roll.
Bounce. Look, he put him right back down here at their own 30.
Yeah,
Ledley is tough.
That's a weapon you don't think about, and especially, at this level, high school football, having a good punter, that's rare. So, Ledley should be proud, man. He's doing a great job, and those punts are a game changer.
And he did it last year. That kid's good. Reminds me of the old days when, what was it, Workman?
Yeah.
Workman, the only guy I've ever seen coaching football that punted, caught his own punt on a 4th and 7 and ran for 6 yards. The wind was blowing so hard in his face.
That's incredible.
He caught his own punt and ran for 6 yards. Green Wave with the ball. Under 2 minutes to go, they trail 20-7. They hold the Raiders 3 and out.
They're switching it up a little bit here. They got 2 receivers down at the bottom.
They're shotgun with a big boy in the backfield next to him. So I'd look for some play action out of that. No, they're just going to take it and run quarterback sweep, I should say, and come over here to the side. And the kid ran for about 12 yards.
Yeah, put his shoulder down there. I mean, that was a design run the whole way, designed to look like a pass. But, yeah, it's
quarterback sweep. He's going to get 11 yards. 1st and 10 for the Green Wave from, looks like their 41-yard line. And he got out of bounds too, Marty, and that stops the clock, that's not what we like to see. His dad may be trying to keep the ball over here on this side of the field, which is good for us.
Going for shotgun again. That might be the same thing to the wide side of the field here.
Shotgun. No. Now they do go up the middle. And nice pickup. Johnston is there. Lincoln for the tackle, along with Frank Sanders. Pickup of about 5 or 6, I would say.
Got a railer 4 down, it looks like, out there. Can't tell who it is. Is that a railer or is that a Mattoon kid? I can't tell.
I can't tell. There's too many people in the way, but we're getting
it. It is a Mattoon player. He's up. It's good to see.
4-yard pickup.
It's number 3 there. That's Logan Blackburn was banged up. He's going to come out. Looks like he's all right, though.
Going to be a 2nd down and 6 from the 46 for Mattoon. They trail 20-7. $1:38 left in the 3rd quarter. The Raiders, they like to see that clock run. Just let it run. We're going to go shotgun again. Snap. They're going to go up the middle of the field again.
Big hole. Nice stiff arm.
Tell you what, he likes that stiff arm. Yeah. I'm going to give him that.
He's a tough kid. I was talking to some Mattoon people, and it sounds like that kid Tyree Grace started the first game, but he hasn't started since. Just kind of didn't have his head space in the right place. But they said he had a great week of practice, so coach rewarded him, and it's paying off for him tonight.
Christian Brown brings him down, and there's got to be a big difference in size there. Christian Brown, you get that big kid on our DBs, and there's a size advantage. So Lincoln's going to have to come up with something to stop him, some big boys. Here he comes again, up the middle of the field again. He's going to carry some people. He's going to get about 6 more yards, and now we've got flags. And you know what? Mattoon's clapping, and I hope that's not laid on us, and that's not what Lincoln needs.
Yeah, and
they do not need that.
No, and I'm telling you, I kind of saw this coming earlier.
With the chippering.
Yeah, it's...
Maybe they'll call on both teams. Maybe they're going to try to control it that way. I don't know what happened. Oh, no, they're going to call it on Lincoln. That's a huge penalty against us with under a minute in the 3rd quarter.
And I talked about those things will kill you. I mean, that can change the momentum. Those are going to give up big yards that they're not earning. You can't have that stuff.
No. We do not need that. And, we're talking about Coach Kimbrough, and I believe Coach Kimbrough is the Dean of Students here, so
nice.
He's he knows how to get control of the kids.
Yeah. But I mean, that's a play. I don't know the yard difference there, but man, that's a lot of yards.
That hurt. It is 1st and 10 at the Lincoln 24 now. 47 seconds. I think he's going to run this clock. He is. They're going to run the clock. Shotgun formation for Kimbrough. And now we're going to have officials timeout. They may have spotted the ball. No. We got blood. Oh, they're going to make him come out with some blood. And I'm sure Coach Kimbrough's not going to like that.
So that's a break for the Railers.
Yeah, you're in the 20-yard line. You're going to take your big boy out.
And this other kid's pretty tough here, too. D'Aiden Arnold. He's one who scored for him earlier. But
that's a break. That's a break for the Railers, and they don't look to be in too big a hurry over here. There goes shotgun. Kimbrough has it. They bump into each other. He's going to keep it. He's got a little bit of a lane out there. The Lincoln defense coming up on him. Good plays getting up there, but he's still got the corner turn. He broke 2 tackles, turned the corner, and got about 8 yards.
Yeah, I had a couple.
See flags down?
Yeah, there's flags.
We got a Railer down, too.
2
Railers bent over.
Yeah, Sanders looks like he's hurt. He's going to come off the field.
Sanders is going to limp off. I don't know. Got somebody else getting up slow, and now the officials are going to call a timeout. 25 seconds remain third quarter. Lincoln leads 20-7.
It's Ledley.
Oh, we don't need any Railers going over there.
Yep. So 2 playmakers for the Railers are coming out with hopefully just some some ouches and not injuries.
We're going to get our trainer, Mr. Weil. Let's get a hold of him, get him over there. Let's get a hold of Brewster, get a hold of Weil.
Yeah.
Let's get those guys fixed up back in the ball game. And that's a huge penalty, Marty. I missed it.
Say the good news, it was holding. Yeah, the good news there's a holding penalty on Mattoon there.
Mattoon's going to try to get another play off. They're going to hurry. They're going to wind the clock. They go shotgun. They're now 1st and 21 from the Lincoln 35. That penalty helped. They're going to run up the middle of the field. Off tackle. I thought he dropped the ball. Great play in there by the Railers. Who's coming in there? So far away. Can't tell who made the tackle on it.
Can't tell, but that's going to take us to the fourth quarter here. Lincoln 20-7 lead. Mattoon's threatening here. We've had a couple of big penalties, but one went against us, one kind of helped us out here, so got to try and keep them out of the end zone here.
With Lincoln leading 20-7, that's the end of the third quarter. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. Stay with us. Welcome back, Railer fans. Joe Ryan and Marty Ryan, Lloyd Kirby up top, Jolie back at the studio, and we're watching the Railers as they're going to try to put a check mark in the box in the W here as they lead 20-7 going into the fourth quarter. The Mattoon Green Wave, they've been moving down the field. They got a big penalty, a personal foul penalty that helped them, but then they've been called for holding that backed them up. They're getting ready to line up. We're going to go the other direction. They have a 2nd and 20 on the Lincoln 35. And here we go. They go shotgun snap. Now they lob the ball in the middle of the field. Nice job. Christian's over there to get him down first. Couldn't tell who really caught the ball. Marty, did you get him?
I think it's 34. I couldn't tell, yeah.
34?
Ran a quick hitch. It was Jake Butler, sophomore.
Jake Butler with the catch. The Raiders are there in a hurry. I tried to grab these binoculars. Makes it, I don't know if it's better or worse. They break the huddle. 3rd and 16 from the 30-yard line. 11:30 remaining in the contest.
They're going 4 wide now, which they haven't shown this much tonight. Shotgun formation.
Kimbrough takes it. He's going to back up. He's got time. I'd look for a screen, but I guess not. Yeah, he was backing up. He's going to take off. He's going to come outside, cut inside, and he may have gotten out of bounds. I don't think so, but he picked up a couple yards maybe.
Nice stick there. That was Tate Johnston came in there, knocked him out of bounds. A nice hard hit.
Johnston's a hitter, man. And only a sophomore.
So that's 4th. It's a big play here.
Big play for the Railers.
4th and they're going to say 4th and 10, 4th and 9 from the Lincoln 23-yard line.
They couldn't get any further away from us.
So here we go. Real big play here.
This is where the defense, tell you what, let's just put a check mark on this. Let's go, defense. They go shotgun. They snap it. Low snap. He picks it up. He rolls out. He throws just out of the range of the receiver. That's going to be 4th down, and here comes the Railer. Oh, that was big, Marty.
Yeah, beautiful. Incomplete pass there. We take over on downs, and we keep them out of the end zone. Man, let's do it. What do we got here? What are we on, the 23? And let's put a 77-yard drive together here to, man, close this game out. It'd be awesome. Don't even let their offense back on the field.
No, exactly right. Let's take our time. Let's run every second off of this. Let's mule train it, as they used to say.
Oh, yeah.
Mule train this. Yeah. And let's go Roger right, Roger left. Tickety-tock. Run that clock. Raiders get out. There's a Chris Coyne, State Farm first down. They run off tackle. Here was a Keon.
I don't think that was Keon, but I could be wrong here. I'm trying to see.
I couldn't. They're a long way away. I think it is Keon.
Maybe, yeah. But, Mattoon's looked like they loaded the box up pretty good there. I don't think they're really worried about Lincoln throwing right now.
Well, don't be surprised. We'll sneak someone out there. We got some kids that can catch the ball. You got about 5 kids out there that can catch the ball. And here we go. We're under 10 minutes. Raiders lead 20-7. Keon takes it. He's going to run up the Lincoln sidelines. He's got room. He's going to turn it. But they did a nice job of sticking him there. He's going to be about 3 yards shy, maybe, that first down.
Yeah, and stay in bounds. Hopefully, hopefully the coaching staff over there is letting the kids know in case they get forgetful sometimes. Hey, if you get close to the sideline, go down. Just stay in bounds. Keep that clock moving.
Oh, yeah. And, it's got to be worrying Mattoon now as they're taking their time. 9:30 remaining in the contest. It's going to be a 3rd and 2 for Lincoln, and you got to say this is huge. Boy, this is a first down, another set of downs. We're going to roll that clock down to 5 or 6 minutes.
Getting up quick. They're trying to go hurry up offense here.
We're going to go shotgun, and they jump, and that's they go a great on-2 call maybe there. Nice job.
Great job by the Raiders offensive line, the whole offensive unit there, because that's a tough play call. You go on that hard count there, and you're gambling on them jumping, but the odds of your guys jumping, when you go on even. When you go on the same play count every down, that's scary.
The odds are even on that. Raider first down, 1st and 10 to 37. Keon goes in motion. We're going to roll out. Stevens is going to throw it.
Nice
He found that little seam in the middle, and it's Ledley again. He found a little cushion, a little gap, and did he hit the quarterback late too?
Looks
yes, they roughed the passer, and that's going to put the Raiders in command now.
Yeah, nice play by Ledley there. Stevenson rolled out to his right, put the ball where only Ledley could get it, and he slid down and went and made the play. So heck of a job there by Ledley again.
We had great pass protection. Mattoon's playing a run. He reversed out, rolled out over here. And the thing about Ledley, and he's caught a couple of those passes, is the fact that he's not you use the term possessive receiver, but he wasn't trying to maybe catch that on the run and take off. He just secured the catch, went down, and knew that that's a first down.
Yep, smart play.
Yeah, smart play.
8:45 left in the ball game here. Again, Lincoln's taking their time.
Yeah, nothing Mattoon can do but stand around and watch the green wave. And they've been very nice to us up here. We've had pizza, cupcakes, pop.
It's been awesome. I might not leave.
I might come back next week's game. There's a snap.
Throwing the ball.
Oh, yeah, he's wide open. That fooled tell you what, that fooled, not the call I would make.
Yeah, I did.
I have to tell you, it fooled everyone.
Yeah, he was open, but yeah, I was a little surprised to see that there. Again, because now you got your clock stopped, and again, that's your best friend right now.
Yeah. The call was there though. Boy, ball just a little overthrown.
And he gets out there early. That's like Colby Glenn. He gets out there real early. You wonder if they're trying to sneak him out there without the corner seeing him.
Yeah, he goes wide. That's for sure. Here we go. They fake the key on him.
A lot of space. Stay in bounds.
Nice job, and that's our boy. He's tough to take down. He should have just fell down, but I'll tell you what.
It's tough. You get in the moment there, and you see, normally you don't ever want to go out of bounds, and I know Decker doesn't. He wants to put his head down and hit somebody. But, sometimes you get lost in the moment.
Yeah, Decker just lay down there and take a knee, but that kid's not going to lay down. Goes out of bounds, 8:19 remaining in the fourth quarter. That is going to be a Chris Coyne State Farm first down. 1st and 10 to 21. This is Keon. He's going to come outside. He's got the corner. He turns the corner. He's going to go up the sidelines, and we got a flag thrown in the vicinity of holding.
Yeah, I'd have to guess that's going to be a holding penalty.
Gosh. Boy, this has been a few times from the angle we have and the height we're at, where Keon gets the ball to run back towards the Lincoln bench, and you can just see it like I-55 open up over there, and those kids can't get to him.
Yeah,
can't get to him.
Yeah, he's deceptive because you think he can.
Special.
And he can turn that corner like no other.
What he does is every little bit it seems like he's going upfield just maybe a yard, but what he's doing every time is taking an angle away from a defensive player.
Yeah.
The longer you go out east and west, the better angle they're going to have you. He seems to take those angles away.
Yeah, he's a good player, special player.
1st and 10 at the 21. Raiders take a snap up the middle of the field.
It's like Bunner there, Peyton Bunner in the ball game. Take a dive up there for 3-4 yards.
And that'll take us below 8 minutes.
We're going to give him 4 on that, so a nice tough run up the middle.
2nd and 6, ball in the 17. If I'm Lincoln, I'm not chucking that ball in the air anymore.
No.
Let's just kind of throw around here in between those hash marks.
I say both teams have all their timeouts left. 7:38 left in the ball game.
So shotgun snap, what I'd call an ISO, but he's caught. Oh, what did they do there? Decker up in it.
Another flag.
It looks to me like it's an old-fashioned ISO out of the eye, only it doesn't look like their back is following the blocker, so I'm not sure if that's what it is.
Face mask on Mattoon.
Ooh, that'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, that's a big one.
And that is going to be a Chris Coyne State Farm 1st down.
They're going to spot us on the 7, so that'll be 1st and goal from the 7. 7:27 left in the ball game. Railers lead at 20-7 here at Mattoon.
I know the Railers would like to punch this in. Just put an exclamation point on this, and let's get ready for Effingham coming to town next weekend. No shotgun snap. He's going to throw up in the corner. Oh, it was there.
Yeah, a little deep.
Tough catch.
A little deep. I think that was Colby Glenn again. Tried getting it at his highest point, but couldn't connect there. And again, now you got the clock stopped.
Yeah, clock stops at 7:22. Raiders lead 20-7. I'd like to see that thing running myself.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the reasoning behind it. Maybe the coaching staff knows something we don't, but yeah, I'd want to.
Sure, they do.
I'd want to work that thing down.
27-7-22. This is Keon. He's going to turn that corner. He's going to get in. You know that. You can't stop him from turning the corner. And there it is. That's going to be a Joe Ryan Country Financial touchdown, a 7-yard Keon Clark touchdown, and that guy's something else.
He's tough. He's tough, and it's only a matter of time. You know, we work the ball the inside, kind of pay your dues, and you know it's only a matter of time before he breaks one and gets out there and just got one for us just now.
That's going to make it 26-7. Decker will be on the hold. I'm going to get my glasses. Tough to see. Decker's going to be on the hold. Angel
nice
Harrow.
Kick. Angel does a good job again.
Tell you what, Angel's got a leg on him. Nice boot. Good hold by Decker. Lincoln takes a lead 27-7 with 7:16 remaining in the game. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Minutes remaining in the contest, and Marty Lincoln has dominated the second half. Before we talk any, I got to give my kudos out there to the Chicago Street Rentals for this kickoff located 1909 North Kickapoo Street. Ball on the ground, picked up. Here we go. And nice tackle. Can you tell?
Yeah, it's Tyreek there. That's the big tailback, number 9. Yeah, he took the opening kickoff off the chest, but he picked it up and I mean, maybe got a couple yards out of it.
Gosh, I tell you, like you say, Lincoln has done everything they can to that kid because he is going east and west, sideline to sideline, and not up the field. And that's given a bunch of kids angles, and we've done a good job with him, especially in the second half.
Yeah, so this should be interesting here. You'd think, down 20 points, 7 minutes left in the game. You'd think there's are passing situations, and they haven't shown me much to be worried about in the passing game thus far. So
they're going to spread it out here and go shotgun. And Kimbrough takes it. He's going to roll out. He's going to run. This is a complete called run. Takes it, turns up in the field. He's going to get about 5 or 6 yards there.
So just under 7 ticking away here. We got some more fans chiming in here. We got a lot of people. We got Tiffany Glenn cheering us on from Iowa. Scallywags Nation. I'm not sure who you are, but you're watching us from Port St. Joe, Florida. Appreciate that. And Big Frame 37 watching from the Bears Dome in his basement. Bear down.
Bear down, Chicago. Kimbrough out in the shotgun, takes a snap. They're going to run up the middle of the field, and there he is. Yeah. Now he's going north and south, and he's pretty tough.
I tell you, Decker got him by a single leg there. He took him for about a 5-yard ride.
I bet Decker'd like to wrestle him.
Probably in different weight classes, I'm assuming.
6:20 remaining in the contest. Lincoln leads 27-7. That's a first down for Mattoon. They'll be 1st and 10 from their own 47. Kimbrough shotgun again. And Lincoln's brought up those linebackers now. They're a little tighter, and they're going to blitz. There they come. And he's going to take off running. Good. And there's Johnston in the middle of the field. 51. He thinks he is Dick Butkus after that play. He got up like Dick Butkus. It looks like a flag went down, and I don't know if they're going to call.
Is it helmet to helmet, maybe? I mean, that's a
face mask on Johnston. Gosh. I shouldn't say I didn't see it because I couldn't see it. But Johnston looked like he made a nice play. Got up and stuck him, and going to be called for the face mask. And what are they thinking about? Must not have. I'll tell you what, I lost track of it there because they didn't move the ball any. So 2nd and 3 on the 46. Shotgun. And see, you get him going sideways, and Lincoln can tackle him.
I think that may have been. No, that was him. You're right. That was Tyreek again.
Yeah, to say Tyreek gets in there, and then he starts that moving east and west, and the Raiders just come get him. That's not a problem. Yeah. It's a problem when you're bulldogging straight ahead.
Yeah.
Like that proverbial pig that I like to use. You get a pig in the middle of the field, they're tough to bring down, falling forward. Approaching the 5-minute mark. We're going to go right back up the middle of the field again and see north and south. That kid's tough.
Yeah, he's tough. He's done a good job. I don't have stats on him, but yeah, he's doing a great job. Got to be tired, man. I mean, he's the workhorse for sure. That's a first down.
6'5", 285-pound Zach Poole moves off the field, going to take a break. He's been out there on that defensive line. Lincoln defense has played an excellent game tonight. Excellent game. Go shotgun. We're going to throw a fade down the sidelines, and Christian's there, and I think he broke it up. I thought he was going to take it away from him.
Tell you, it was close. They had a jump ball there. They both had a shot at it, but man, Christian was in great position again. He's done a really good job tonight.
Yeah, you see, he read that fade all the way, stayed in front of him, turned his head when the receiver turned, and Christian made a nice play. Another good defensive play by the Raiders. 2nd and 10 from the 39. 4:38 remaining. Lincoln leads 27-7. Shotgun for Kimbrough. We're going to go quick now. Ooh,
nice stick.
Is that Christian?
It looks like Christian again coming up.
Look at it. You're going to push people around. My gosh. On who?
Yeah, I'm guessing that's offsetting. I don't know.
Yeah, let's offset that. But Christian, I'll tell you what, Christian Brown.
Those guys are they're about the same size. I mean, they look about like the same person on either team there. That was Christian, their tailback. One of the receivers, Logan Blackburn.
Christian bringing it. Let's go offsetting on this, guys. That's just good football. They're hitting. Ooh. Oh, they're going both. So that's a good call. Good job. Good call. It's a nice job. They're playing football, man. It's okay to get a little fired up. It's an emotional sport.
All right, 3rd and 6 on the Railer 39. 4:28 left in the ball game.
2077, the Railers, they're setting up a huge game next weekend at home against the Flaming Hearts of Effingham. Huge game. There you go, a little quick set. The catch.
Yeah, quick play. They've run it a few times. Quick little hitch there. And pick up, 4 yards maybe. 4th and 1.
4th and 1, and we got to go. Here we go, Railers, get up. Let's get that Railer crowd involved. Let's go. Here they come. They're going to go shotgun. Sometimes I disagree with this shotgun on short yardage. They give it to the big boy, and I don't know, man. He's short.
Yeah,
he's short.
He is short.
I got to tell you, I just don't.
I say he's about a yard, half yard short.
First and 10 Railers.
Yep, that'll be a turnover on downs.
That's a turnover down. And I got to tell you, I just
we got
have
another flag. It's got to be excessive celebration. Unsportsmanlike on the Railers, I would guess. We got a couple guys dancing around in the backfield. Yep. I mean, that's stupid. Stuff like that eats me up. Completely unnecessary. Play the game. You're up.
Yeah, but is it after the play? Because that just backs up Leak and we still have the ball.
Still got the ball. Yeah, it's after the play. It's definitely after the play.
But it does bug me. I got to tell you something else that bugs me is this. Short yardage, I have no idea why these teams go back into shotgun. When you're 4th and a yard and you're shotgun, you just moved yourself back 4 or 5 yards.
I agree.
Let's get up on that ball.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, those plays like that, what you can't do is let that happen. Let them get in your heads. And Coach Sokowski's calling them all together there. I'm sure he made the call on this. He's going to get them in there and talk to them. And that's exactly what he's saying to them is, we're not going to act like this. We're winning the football game. Let's finish it cleanly and get on the bus. Because we've got a big game next Friday night.
Huge game. And, I mean, you want to get to the point where you've, like Barry Sanders is always my favorite player. Act like you've been there before. You're winning a ball game.
Fitz, yeah.
You're winning a ball game. Man, act like you've done it before. Act like it's not the first time you've ever been there.
That's exactly right. And, these giving it to the kids a little bit, they've come off a tough losing streak here.
Feel great.
They're fired up, and I'm all for them. But, boy, not now. You got to.
Like we talked about earlier, you close games out. You need to learn to close games.
Close it out. This is Keon, and he's going to throw. We're still throwing the ball, and they don't know. Nice.
I mean, it worked out, but a trick play throwing the ball.
I got to tell you, it's a long way over there. Who caught the ball?
8, I believe, with Colby Glenn.
Was that Colby Glenn?
Yep.
Gosh, I can't even see over there now. It's gotten dark.
Like this is the last time Lincoln wanted to be here, so
yeah, I tell you what, it looked to me like we were just going to tick-tock around the clock, and
it's
we're throwing a flea flicker.
Yeah, it's again, it worked out, but that's confusing.
Well, they do it.
And I don't know. I don't know.
2 ways of looking at it. Now we hand up the middle of the field.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Lee gets some calls. That's, probably rub the Mattoon crowd the wrong way, I'd say, when you're up 20 points and throwing trick plays out there. But
well, there's a couple ways of looking at it. One is you're wondering, why? Let's run the clock. Let's win the football game. And the other side of it is, don't show that stuff for games coming up.
Yeah, that's on film now. Yeah.
So, I don't know, but I don't know.
Offsetting penalties.
Johnny Travolta out there was staying alive. My Lance, he had a lot going on.
Yeah, we got a Mattoon players down. He's cramping up, it looks like. 3:10 left here in the ball game. Heck, I don't know. I would say we run the ball here a few times, get the clock out, and get out of here with the W. Get ready for Effingham. But you never know.
No, you do never know. The key is that Railers have looked good tonight. Besides a few problems in the first quarter, they've pretty much dominated 3 quarters of this game, offensively and defensively.
Yeah.
Mattoon, quarterback making his first start. That certainly helps. But I'm going to tell you, that hats off to these Railers. They came in here ready to play play, and they've played a great ball game.
Yeah, defense has played a great game. Offense has done a great job. Hasn't made a whole lot of mistakes.
No, now we need to just tick-tock.
Yep. Clock's running, 3 minutes.
Yeah, just tick-tock. Yeah, credit that O-line. They've done a great job. Our D-line did. A lot of people hitting. We've made some big plays.
Bunner up the middle for a nice little chunk.
Bunner's tough. Now, Bunner came out of nowhere. All of a sudden, he's running the ball at the middle of the field. After like week 2 or so, just wham, here he comes. Now, for all those Railer fans out there, stay with us next weekend. And if you've got time, and it's a nice night, you get out to that ball game because the Flaming Hearts are coming to town. That was a huge game last year that went the wrong way for the Railers, so we got a chip on our shoulder, and it's, quite frankly, they're in our way of the playoffs. Here's Keon turning the corner, knocked out of bounds possibly down there.
Yeah, big game.
That's going to be a Chris Coyne State Farm first down. I may have missed that a couple of times tonight, Chris, but first time doing this, so I'll give you an extra one. That's a Chris Coyne State Farm first down right there.
Yeah, and they're going to keep the clock moving great here. 1:45 left in this ball game. Again, Railers lead 27-7.
And actually, did we trail the game? 7-0?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, 27 unanswered points.
There we go.
Bunner again.
Let him have a little workload, get up in there and run. And we're down to 1:20. Beautiful night for football.
Oh, this is awesome.
It's perfect. Get out here and watch some high school football.
And these are great facilities here. Awesome press box. Great people up here. Awesome field. The scoreboard's fantastic.
Yeah, we want to thank the athletic director and the whole staff up here at this press box because pizza. I didn't get a cupcake yet, but I bet I do. Some pop. It's first class over here.
All right, we're under a minute here. Clock's ticking. 2nd and 6 for the Railers.
Shotgun, and they hand off again up the middle. Running hard again. It's Bunner again. Yep.
There you go, and that should end the game here. We got about a half-second differential, so the Railers don't need to run another play if they don't want to, I don't believe. I might have it backwards. They're going to have to do one more.
They're going to get up there and take a knee. This is that fun victory knee right here. The best play in football, right, Marty?
Victory formation.
Yeah, that's the best play in football right there.
Not sure I ever got to do it, but I always wanted to. It always looked like a lot of fun.
The victory formation. You did it. I remember. I've had to go out and show a few kids how to do it. 8 seconds. We're winding down. The Railers are all happy. They're running across the field. They went through some tough times these past few games, but I'm going to tell you what, the Railers are back. They did a great job here tonight. I'd say they dominated.
We got fireworks
both
out here
sides
now.
of the ball for 3 quarters. We got fireworks going up. The Railers are 27-7 victory tonight over the Mattoon Green Wave. We're going to take a break, send it back to the station, and we'll come back and wrap things up. Stay with us.
WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com present Lincoln Community High School Rail Splitter Football. WLCN's live stream video coverage of Railer football is brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Fans, a victorious night for the Rail Splitters as they take it to the Mattoon Green Wave 27-7. They trailed in the game 7-0 and then came back with 27 unanswered points to win the game. And Marty, this team tonight looked like a playoff team.
Absolutely. Looked like they're headed in the right direction. Coming off a tough week last weekend at Mount Zion. Looked like they put that in the rearview rearview mirror. They came out here tonight, really dominated both sides of the football. Executed, didn't make a lot of mistakes. I think they're definitely headed in the right direction.
Well, as we talk about, so many kids, stood out today. Of course, Keon's always going to do his thing, but the defensive effort is really what stood out tonight. You put 27 points on the board, and when you do, you're going to win football games. But more importantly, when you hold teams to 7 points, you're going to win more football games.
Yeah, and I know I've said it a lot. It's like a broken record, but that bend but don't break. They had some big drives, nice runs all night, and they got into our territory a few times. But we held them. They turned the ball over on downs once. We picked the ball off one time. We just did a good job, and we stepped up when we needed to, which is the important thing. We talked about putting games away, learn how to finish, and they did that tonight. They got a big game on the horizon, like you said. It's a home game. We need 2 more wins to get to the playoffs, and like we said, Taylorville is that's a very winnable game. Triad is, I'm not saying it's not a winnable game, but they're a better team than Taylorville. Effingham, that'll be a big step for us.
Yeah, that's a big step for us. And you know what's going to be the fun thing about it is that those next 2 games are at home.
Yeah.
So we could possibly have that Taylorville game be in the playoffs at Hanlon Field. And how much fun is that? The key is that Effingham game next weekend. It is huge. It's huge. We'd like to thank everybody for listening tonight. We'd like to thank our sponsors. A great job. Without those sponsors, we wouldn't be coming to you live. Next week, you'll be joined by the professional staff of Coach Kenny Schweitzer and Bobby Verderber. I don't know what you would call him. Legend. He's a legend. Bobby Verderber's a legend.
Yep.
They'll be back with you next week. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We hope you enjoyed the fun and a great night for the Lincoln Railers. We'll see you next week.
WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com present Lincoln Community High School Rail Splitter Football. WLCN's live stream video coverage of Railer football is brought to you by these fine sponsors. Chestnut Health Systems, offering a comprehensive scope of behavioral health and human services in Illinois and Missouri. Phone 888-924-3786. Me Realty, locally owned and operated. Me Realty is Logan County's top producing real estate agency year after year. Call 217-735-5424 or browse listings online at merealty.com. Farm and Home Supply. Shop Farm and Home Supply for all your farm, home, and outdoor needs. Stop by at 1501 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Triplet Heating and Cooling, servicing all brands of residential and commercial HVAC systems in the Lincoln and Logan County area. Call 217-651-8683, Triplet Heating and Cooling, an authorized Bryant dealer. Hollandberry and Bennett Funeral Home, providing peace of mind while adhering to the highest standards of care. Family owned and operated by Chris and Leslie Bennett. Call 217-732-2638 or learn more at hbbfh.com. Town & Country Bank, a proud sponsor of Lincoln Railer football, Town & Country Bank helps empower the financial well-being of communities, one person at a time. Online at townandcountrybank.com. Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Rail Splitter football. The preceding program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.